organizing.
Yeah, it's organizing.
I don't know how people wear glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, point laugh.
So
Imagine not be able to see.
I don't know why. I know why. I just don't know how.
I stared at a laser on one day accidentally, and I think it's gonna fuck me up long term.
A laser?
I accidentally looked at a laser, and I think
You mean the sun?
no, like an actual laser.
Did someone have a laser? Why is there a laser?
It was a wood burner.
That's even worse.
Aaron!
What?
Aaron! Why?
I didn't know if it was on or not, so I was checking, and I saw it for a split second. I was like, oh.
Never.
That's like looking down the barrel of a gun.
I was just about to say.
Never
Never hold a gun in your life. If that's what you're gonna do, does it work?
I didn't know what I was doing.
You're like that.
Why is
If I did,
Why
I'm
would
not
someone
enough
there to
pain.
watch you?
no, someone would.
This is a great way to start the stream.
Just 1 second. Am I gonna die?
No, you're not gonna die.
Are you ready for the next level of your prescription?
Yeah.
So would it be under the live stuff? I'm trying to look at it.
Even for a split
I
second.
mean, I got a notification.
You know you're not supposed to do LASIK.
Yeah, it should be
at
under
home,
live.
right? They have doctors for that.
LASIK
Am
at
I
home.
doing something wrong?
Oh,
Mom, can I get LASIK? We have LASIK at home. Wood burner.
Is it really that bad? Am I fucked, y'all?
Evidently not, but
Okay.
don't do that.
Would it have already affected
Try
me?
to
Like
be
I would
fresh
know a
and get
difference.
back
Probably.
Yeah,
Right,
it
so I'm in
probably
the
would.
clear.
Yeah.
The rest of
Yeah.
the night I felt a little funny, but I couldn't tell if it was psychosomatic. But
No,
now
No,
it
it's
probably was a little
No, it was
tender.
probably because you looked into a laser.
Yeah. Wait, Aaron, what's your
Okay,
prescription?
Got it?
-8.
Aaron, you don't have much left.
Yeah, no.
Don't fuck around with
I know, I'm
lasers.
really concerned that I might be blind soon.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Does your
that is-
prescription keep getting higher?
No, it hasn't changed in many, many years. thank
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, we're exposed now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's bad. I'm close to
Wait,
legally
Mike,
blind.
talk.
Yeah.
I want to see if everyone sounds good.
Hey, it's Mike.
I don't like hearing my voice.
Nice. Okay. And Nico,
It's
you
Hey!
Is it properly centered on me?
Kid with no
Uh,
cats.
Let me wait.
Cat with no kids.
Yes. It looks
Hey,
gorgeous.
it's the guy with no fucking
Ooh.
kids.
Ooh, my glasses
Um,
protect
Go,
me.
not with no
Okay,
kids.
so-
That could be even worse.
I'd like to go over
Oh
some adjustments
Uh-oh.
from last time. So, I decided that the mood system needed to change a little bit. Previously, it was that you spent a will and then you checked what the calculation was based off of your mood. And it was anywhere from a +1 to a +5, right? Now I've made it where spending a will let you only once per roll reroll, right? However, the mood is a either plus or a minus at all times.
Wait, so once per...
So will changed and mood changed. So will is
Yeah.
no longer a
Attached to
bonus
mood.
due to mood. It's just a reroll.
So mood works separately. That if you don't spend a will, but you're doing a roll, you would add or minus.
Mood and the mood targets always applies, right? Depending on the calculation.
Yes.
Now, I am...
Can you give us an example?
Sure. So, let's say that I asked somebody to do an intuition roll, right? You. What's your intuition modifier right now?
So my intuition modifier is a +3, and my mood for it is happy.
All right. So you would do +3, and then you would check your mood,
Which is happy.
which is happy. If you are completely happy,
I am.
then that means that right now, instead of a +5 that it used to be, you would have a +3 at all times.
So
Right.
it'd be a +6 total. Because it's +3 +3, right?
Yes, it would be a +6 total.
Yes.
So you would have it's your mood modifier plus your core modifier, right?
When you re-roll using will, is it like advantage or do you have to take the second roll?
You have to take the second roll, and it doesn't apply advantage or disadvantage if you already had it.
Okay.
Right, so it's like it's a last resort sort of thing. You know, I failed. Let's see if I can, if I can use my will to push this further.
And
right?
if you complete an aspiration, you get a will back.
If you complete an aspiration right now, you do get a will
I
back.
get my
I
will
do
back because I
plan-
put myself in a dangerous situation.
Not anymore.
What?
Because it's per session.
But that
No,
was,
that was
from
last
last session. Because she just
That was
wasn't
all
there.
last session. I
fair,
wasn't
fair.
there.
Yep, yeah, fair.
Is the
Um,
mood still on a like 5?
I
That's
put
the
myself
other
in a
thing.
dangerous
It's
situation in real life too.
It's
but-
right now. There's 11 slots.
I stared
It's
into a
9.
fucking laser.
So,
It's
so essentially,
maybe?
that last portion,
I'm a little
that
concerned.
last slot that you have, that's like no longer there. Essentially, is that it's moves in.
I'm also a little bit
Right.
concerned. It was pretty lazy.
The calculation is also a little different. I'll put it on a piece of paper.
Do you have any of these new changes like written down?
I do. It's in the
Does Jasmine lose her marks?
the
this
doc?
session?
yeah, it's in the
No.
doc. So
Does that carry over? That carries over, right?
I think so.
Oh.
The what?
Marks.
yeah, the marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the doc, it's number 7, select your mood targets. I have the calculations there. But what I was going to do is I was going to put a little piece of paper, or maybe I would give one paper per table, just to quickly see what the layout is. Once everybody has an actual mood slider object, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little thing that you twist, and that is going to change what the... I'm forgetting what it's called, but essentially, there's like a little selection of numbers that, depending on your mood, that's what the bonus or detriment would be, and you'd be able to twist and change what that target is. But I'll
Do
put
we
a little
change
piece of paper
aspirations
on
this
for you guys.
session too, or just like whenever?
I don't know.
we want?
Personally, I'm confused right now. I do very bad with audio rules. I need it like written out. So
aspirations, unless he's changed anything, you don't change them per session. You have the same aspirations per session, and they give you 2 benefits. Completing a single one gives you a will point back. Completing all of them gives you an influence back.
Got you. And do they carry over? Like if I would check off, put myself in a dangerous situation. Now
They
it's
reset.
just
They
that's
reset every
session.
session because you're trying to get all of
Understood.
them every
And
session.
can you change your aspirations at any point? Like later on, like
Yes.
reset? Okay. That makes sense.
So,
and
I'll...
now essentially your mood is always affecting you. Instead of you using a will to just
Understood.
be at minimum +1, it's always affecting.
Yes. And Isaiah, where would my mood be now?
So
I was
all
very
aspirations
low when
are
I
valid
left,
this time
but
of
I
year.
think the orb would
Yeah,
put
I
it
tried
up
to,
because she
but
likes
my razor
those sort of
sucks, so I'm
things.
just
But
gonna-
she was still.
I'd say
trying to
keep
get
it
the
where it
orb.
was where you left,
Okay.
because you also
All
would have
wigwams.
fallen out of the thing.
Is it better?
No, I
And
know.
had that
She was
whole
definitely
situation.
traumatized. I just wasn't sure if the orb would put her in a
Thank you.
better mood because orbs are cool.
Orbs are cool, but it would probably be a better mood from your already much worse mood. So,
Yo, I was already at the bottom. Like it's like to the bottom,
But-
this low.
wow.
Unless the
Yes,
unless
this was the
Unless
traumatized.
the rule changed, don't you have to get a +2 to move
You
just
do.
1?
You do. Once you're at either extreme, you have to get double the amount.
Oh yeah,
Or
I'm not
mood
at the
to shift
extreme
out of it.
extreme, or unless I was.
I don't think you were.
I wasn't. Okay, great. I was pretty damn close.
Okay.
Oh, because I think you passed out, which saved you from going further.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Great. And so my mood wouldn't have gone up since this.
I'm just to, for complexity's sake, I'm going to say it's not adjusted.
She's an abandoned.
So, I'm making the little chart for you guys to see what the modifiers are. Alright, so let me see. Here we got...
Should I go to an eye doctor now? Just wait until my next
Do
appointment.
you see like a floating little patch where you can't see anymore?
No.
Oh, you're probably fine.
Well, now it feels like my eye hurts, but again.
God.
So that-
I think at this point, this is you worrying.
yeah, that's you just thinking too much about it.
Great. So I'm fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Focus on the back.
What if my
thing.
eyesight gets
Bro,
better?
exactly. Focus on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually is bad too.
Yeah.
Oh man, replace one pain with another.
Is it what? Is it lower back pain?
Lower back pain.
Why is everybody in pain right now?
That's a good
We're in our
question.
mid-20s.
I'm not even 20 yet. My back hurts.
Uh-oh.
My back's
Getting
hurt.
worse.
My back's hurt since I was 12.
Yeah,
Including
mine
in
was
the
like that too.
mid-20s.
What?
Thanks for including me in the mid-20s.
Same.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
How old are you?
I'm almost 28.
Me too.
In
Oh no,
2
I am.
weeks, yeah.
I just turned 27, I guess. Yeah, I'm 77 too. I feel you.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
Next Thursday.
Next
Happy
time.
birthday!
I haven't marked as Hot Pot Day, so.
I haven't mocked.
I haven't marked as Hot Pot Day. Yeah. That's awesome.
Happiest of birthdays.
Thank you. Greatly, miss.
Oh, sorry. Wait, she was close to this.
Alright, so this is what the layout looks like for your mood, right?
Oh, that's handy.
So if you
But you
have...
can put it. You can clip it to the back side.
So I
of your
better not
D&D
do rolls
thing.
right now.
Yeah, I will.
Once you need
so
that mood.
No, I don't. I'm supposed
essentially,
to be like an
For everything?
if you're
most things.
Oh.
happy,
I'm a very happy-go-lucky
if
person.
you're at these slots, you get negative.
Just
Okay.
have to do my luck that we
Middle,
Wrong
nothing.
messenger.
Okay.
And then the higher you are, it's a +1, +2, +3. So
This
it's
makes
not
more
like
sense.
it's not like you
Oh.
are. It's not that straight formula that I had beforehand.
Yeah.
This also means that so for the medium,
Oh, if you're neutral, that's weird. The plus
if you're
one,
neutral,
plus
it's
one,
weird.
plus one.
If you're neutral, it's -1, -2 on either extreme. You have 2 zeros, and then at the center, if you are pure center, you have a +4.
Whoa.
But either side of it, you have a +1.
Boo.
Is that a plus
Right.
one or a plus two?
I think it's
Plus
+2. No, that definitely says +2.
Yeah.
And then
Wait, we're level
this
11?
is the
I think in terms of eyesight, you are not the person.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, so does this pretty much make sense? to
Yes,
people?
this makes more sense.
Yeah.
No,
So
that
there's 9
tracks.
slots in total, and the happy and sad is pretty easy to remember. It's 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3.
It's the
essentially.
neutral that either of mine.
It's the neutral that's a little
Oh,
bit
is
weird.
that?
It's 2, 1, 0, 1, 4, 1, 0, 1, 2.
Gotcha.
Right? So
so it really sucks.
so what I'm going to do,
I got
and
the
this
heck
actually
yes.
made me have the idea that maybe I will include in the future more mood profiles. Right now we have
Or we can have
Good,
a
bad.
saucy mood. We can
yeah,
have
I was
like
thinking
a-
that one would be like
Yeah.
chaotic,
Ooh,
where
I like that.
you don't have
It's plus minus plus minus plus minus.
exactly
Oh,
something
I like
that.
it. That'd be so fun.
Or one is like the inverse of this, where you want to be at either extreme.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking that I might add more in the future. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be so that when you guys have the physical mood slider that I make at some point, you're going to have a little knob that you can twist, and that will change this based off of the mood profile that you're looking at, right?
Yes.
So you'll be able to compare your mood to the one that you have selected. And you
Okay.
just like twist that to the one that you want. So that's the mood system right now.
Awesome.
Thoughts on this? I know we haven't started playing yet, but
Sounds good.
do we think improvement?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it would affect you in general, not just.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Correct.
I think that makes sense.
So I'm gonna find some tape so I can take
But I
that.
need-
Oh, no,
Yeah,
Isaiah,
happier.
use the clip. You
But I
have a
think
clip.
it's
But it's like
holding
that's
something.
No, but you can put it on the other side and you can tilt
no,
it.
but that's for me.
It's holding something
It's
else on the other
It's holding
side.
my
I know, but okay, fine. You don't understand how clips work. You can clip two things on both sides.
I think he just wants it in the corner.
Yes, I have it specifically
I know, but
cased,
then,
but I'm getting a paper clip for you.
Look at that.
There we go.
Because anyway, you wouldn't want to tape onto that thing.
Oh, that's handy.
There we go.
Woo!
Very nice.
Good.
Nice.
Very nice.
Wonderful.
Sweet. All right, so that is the primary change. I am thinking about changing the aspirations at some point soon in favor of a long-term aspiration instead of short-term.
You can have short and long term. Like
This is a fair point.
I've played a couple games where you have both. You have like the short term that you're kind of aiming to get done in a single session, and then a longer term that gives you more like XP or whatever. But like,
Yeah, I was thinking that if I was going to do the long-term one, that once you complete a long-term one, like you have a finite amount of those, obviously, right? But when you complete a long-term objective, you unlock a new ability that you can select.
Yeah, we
Right.
already discussed that.
That's cool.
But that's a good point.
I
I could have both. You could have like 3 short-term, 3 long-term, and then the short-term ones can give you more will. Because I was originally thinking that the short-term aspirations I would nerf those anyways because you can get up to 6 will during a session.
I was gonna ask about if it goes over the amount. Like if I had
You
completed,
can't
like,
go
30.
past your maximum.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Are we doing the thing where if we get an aspiration when we're at max will, we get to move our...
Oh yeah, that was a thing. I remember you mentioned that in the stream.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I think I do. We talked about this at the dinner table, right?
No, actually we talked about this last...
It was
You
during
did.
the
I saw it on
Okay.
the
It
stream.
was essentially, if you finish an aspiration but you couldn't get any will because you're at maximum,
Yes!
you could move the
Correct.
That's
Yes.
why I ended maximum, because I was like kind of happy and then I used all my things to like...
Yes.
Which makes a lot of sense because, like, if you complete an aspiration, you're excited, or
but
you might be
but
sad.
I think the important thing is you have to do it when you actually complete the aspiration. Because essentially what happened is someone said, "Oh, did I complete this aspiration?" And everyone was like, "Ooh, that's a good idea."
Yeah,
and they
didn't
just,
you try
like,
to use me
did
to complete one of your aspirations? I don't know that.
Yeah, drink with friends. I guess I consider you a friend, right?
I think it
One
was
of the ones
impress
make someone
Oh,
laugh.
improve someone's mood.
Oh yeah,
No.
because I put you in danger.
Yeah, no, you didn't do that. But
Oh.
drink with friends. If you consider me a friend, that's fine.
She'll take it. She'll take it.
Oliver was there
Did I
too,
nerd
so-
out with anyone?
Yeah.
Did I
Don't
nerd
tell her
out with
that.
anyone?
No, you were passed out.
Okay.
Passed out.
So, those are the primary changes. Would somebody like to go over an overview of what happened last session? To
I
the
was
best of their
passed
memory?
out, so
I mean, it was quite everywhere because it was introduction.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Where did you end up getting food?
I went to a sandwich
Oh,
shop,
okay.
and I got something. I forget exactly the sandwich, but I also got the orange juice, which was pretty good. I met one of my professors was actually there, and I talked to him for a bit.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was nice.
You had a really wholesome.
And then I walked towards the station to go back to class or go to class, and then it was like JoJo time stop. I went to a different universe.
Nice.
So,
Oh, so were we all just like
We all-
beings there? I thought we all just like happened to walk upon
We
it.
all-
So,
Oh,
no, so
yeah.
We
we were all in the same area, and then basically something happened, and then no one else was there except for us.
No D.
Yeah, so we're all spaced
can-
out in like a
if you
white
want, I can
plane,
give
and
a
then
quick-
we all just
Oh,
kind of
that's okay.
like.
I was actually going to say that everybody can give a quick recap on what their characters did.
Okay.
And
Right.
have we introduced ourselves?
To each other,
At the beginning we did. We
You,
did.
not to
No.
each other's characters
Great.
necessarily.
Oh, to each other?
I
No,
have a
no.
specific.
The first time you guys
Oh, nice.
essentially talked to each other was during that vision.
Yeah, and we were like, what is going on?
But yeah,
Some
so
people were touching things that no one.
we'll go left to right. Upham, would you like to give a quick review of what your character did?
All right, took some Agnaughts to their location, and they got vaporized, and we almost crashed a couple times, and
Eye twitches.
yeah, headed back. She slept. Izzy slipped, but we made it back in safe due to the skillful piloting of Upham and Oliver,
Oh,
my co-pilot, and yeah,
sweet.
landed. Talking to the head of the Agnaughts, or one of the liaisons.
Yeah, one of the liaisons. After the where we left off was essentially she had grabbed your shoulder right after the vision happened. Essentially.
Yes.
Right.
Now,
Well, it's
yeah.
been a day,
Izzy.
y'all.
easy. Yeah,
We've
Isadora.
had a
Isadora?
rough
Isadora.
time.
Isadora.
Isadora Flynn. Yeah, rough day. Some dumbass decided to go on the plane. That was me. I shouldn't have gone on the plane. And then some dumbass was driving it. We went to the astronaut.
Rigid airship.
Rigid Deathmobile. We went in the Deathmobile.
It could also be canon that you don't know that it's an airship.
I think it is canon. She wouldn't know. She doesn't care enough to know
Well,
that.
here's the thing though, airplanes not invented yet.
Damn.
My kids would have invented it, but they died.
That's my favorite running gag of the entire session.
I've decided to headcanon that Izzy definitely has spread it around me. Like, yeah, this is the guy that's kids died. She's just helped spread that through town.
I just love the introduction of, hi, I'm up and my kids died.
I feel like it's important to add.
My kids would have been put
That's
in
your
an
icebreaker.
airplane, but they died.
Nice to meet you.
Truth and a lie. My kids are alive. My kids are dead.
My kids didn't invent the airplane. So yeah, that was fun. We met some we went with the aeronauts. We saw there was a little box in the center of the desert that we wanted to go back to, but things happened. Then we dropped them off. I found something on the wall. There was markings. Mm-hmm. There was something. I think I wrote it down. Yep, there was symbol.
I gave you a drawing as well.
I drew the marking.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool to touch. Anyways, found that. Was called back to the ship. The aeronauts were vaporized. Then we flew back, but things went poorly south very quickly. And then I tried to be a hero and climb out and fix the fuel tank. But then suddenly I felt a little tug, and it made me lose my balance. And I passed out in the air, y'all. I was flying.
I don't know.
And then I was fully passed out. Don't know how the fuck we landed back on Earth, but eventually we made it back to Earth. A little traumatized. Spent the rest of the day following in a haze. But I think there was a mission and maybe an orb.
All right. And Alice, could you please give us a little description of what happened to you?
Hello, love. So I essentially was at my Raucous Ruby cabaret, and I had my assistant Clarissa kind of make sure everything is going smoothly, and I had a little run-in with a girl who is the main person of the show of that evening, and I then went to the in a carriage, and I went along I'm forgetting what it's called, the track system.
Ivory divers.
Well, I mean, I went. Well, yeah, but it was a cable car, basically. Yeah. So, and I did not have any problems in the cable car, and then I went to I was trying to meet up with some ivory divers, and Pitch was the main lady. That essentially I made a will card, and it got taken away from me, and the deal is that I can bring back another victim to be used to make more cards, and it's apparently the price.
I was gonna say, it kind of skewed over, you're like, I made a card!
I saw a lot of nose ghosts on the screen. I
already know.
Nose
You know how it
ghosts.
goes.
I acknowledge my role.
I do not volunteer.
I did not bring that other victim there, and some people try to harass me and all that good stuff. But I mean, this is just a quick recap, so made a card
And you are the first and only one with a mark, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
How'd you get the mark?
I was trying to skip past these guys.
You stomped in a bookshelf.
Because, well, my darling someone god up there, I thought it would be funny to give the person who's weak either the ability to have to shove a bookshelf up or stomp in it. So, either way, I was destined to have some blood.
All right.
That would be funny that you did the first one.
So I started my day off like any other day. I was working with my tutor Alexi, studying some stuff, but took a turn for something odd. He gave me a box with some sort of combination lock on it that I couldn't quite understand. And on the bottom of it, there was an inscription, my own name. Seems like this is a box from me from a different universe.
That's sick.
But I have no idea how to open it. I put it somewhere safe because I had to go to school. I was going to be late. So I used the cable car system, went to the main hall. What is it?
The transit center.
Yeah,
So
was
your
it
kids
the
are
Golden Gate?
Yeah, Golden Gate
Beg your
Transit
pardon.
Center, I believe.
So I went to the Golden Gate where I stopped to get some breakfast. I got a sandwich and some OJ. And then on my way back to school, I was stopped and spoke to an orb for a couple minutes. Yeah.
Man, I don't think you got a sandwich. I only have written down that you got OJ.
I
She got a sandwich.
I did
You got a sandwich.
It was just the OJ was recommended to me by
Yes.
the waiter.
The
and they said
OJ
it
was
a good
the
The
highlight.
highlight.
Yes,
I
Yes.
love roleplay games.
And you're working on a jetpack. Did you talk about that?
Yes. Oh, yes. So I am a
I love it.
tinkerer, and so I was working one of my plans is to make a steam-powered jetpack, and I am 1 out of 10 on my jetpack. So I don't know if that.
I think
And
I
the
wanna
talk
use
with
that.
the professor was also a little sketchy to do with your parents or to do with him. There's like some interest in
Yes.
like the work that you were doing on the jetpack,
Yes.
and he was saying that your parents may not be.
They would just take credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my parents don't really care about what I do, so.
Oh.
We'll unpack that later. Do you need another father figure? Or
I mean,
mother figure?
Or someone to make you into a card.
And
Would you like
What?
to answer the card?
and Elvie.
Yeah, so Elvie is trying to make it into like the nicer parts of town through performances with like scientists, people like that. She was talking with the head of her performing company, which is the Hargreaves Performance Company, Klaus, who basically said if she doesn't get one good show, then she can't try and do this anymore because it's too much money. So then she went to do a performance with Nadia, who's also in the company. While they were on the cable car, there was a attempted kind of mugging that got the conductor stabbed. Nadia was not having a good time. Elvie wasn't having a great time, but was very focused on the performance. But the performance didn't go like amazing, so basically it was kind of all pointless, and that guy got stabbed for nothing. So, and then, yeah, we kind of got, like, zapped to that, like, vision place, and Elvie and, Alice know each other, so, but yeah.
But you know of him, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we know of you. Yeah.
Alright. You had all just had your vision. And the sound of the bustle around you seems to be almost deafening when you were just in this void. Hugh still holds the golden orb covered by Upham's hat. And Jume had just put her hand on Upham's shoulder. And she says, Did you all just interact with the Giving Man?
Do we know
Who?
that is?
The Giving Man is the statue. She points up at the statue that had the orb in its hands.
It's been a long day. I'm not really sure what I saw. We have business to attend to, don't we?
Yeah, yes, I believe we do. And she scans the crowd, and her eyes hit Elvie, and she kind of doubles back for a second. And, well, yes, why don't we take a seat? Shall we? Is this a good time?
Who are you?
The name's Jume.
Oh, mm-hmm.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. You have some relation with the Giving Men, and...
Yes, I'm one of the field agents of the AEF. Yeah.
Which
Oh.
AEF?
Yeah,
AEF?
I'm familiar with
Are
these
we in
two.
the AEF?
We assist
that-
the Agnautical
that's the
Expeditionary Force, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Noted.
Did you actually remember that, or did you just guess off of the?
I
off
guess.
The acronym?
Sounds right.
AEF.
But
Also Aaron Fagan.
Aww, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Quick question. When are my classes starting?
so your classes were to start essentially about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
10 minutes to get to class?
Yeah.
How long does it take to get there?
The actual transit, like the line itself, takes about 8 minutes to get there, and to get out of there. But it basically dumps you directly into the
School today, bud.
yeah, the main classroom.
We're going on a field trip.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do have my classes starting in 10 minutes.
Oh.
Do clocks exist? I don't know.
You mean a sundial?
Clockwork does
Okay.
exist. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm bougie enough to have one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So,
Would you like me to escort you?
no, I'll be fine, but
What
take
classes are you
this.
taking?
Well, this is my AP Physics C class. Someone
I hated
take,
that class.
I'll go with up and out. Like, here's your hat back.
The AEF,
I look you up and down,
the
I'm
AEF,
like, you
we
took
have
that class?
friends at the institute. You don't have to worry.
I snuck in.
This is an important enough event. I think that we can manage something.
What? Okay.
Well,
I mean, just
We'll
I
call
don't
you
know-
out sick.
have you,
have
you read the syllabus? I'm missing so much today.
He must be a good student. We should help him
Oh,
out.
don't say
Maybe-
that.
This is
Yeah, great
getting
food.
here. It's like
Well,
ready
like,
We should make sure that, his teachers know immediately so that he's not punished by his parents or his teachers or whoever.
And I'll look at Hugh and go, this might be extracurricular physics today.
Yeah, I'll teach us a little physics.
Will this count as an extra credit?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's how you get the nerds.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it with the teachers afterwards. I think.
Okay.
But
enjoyed any of the missions because he doesn't want to miss school.
so you're fine with having a discussion now? This is good.
Yes. If we'll talk to the professors, letters take too long to get.
They do. I understand. We'll make sure to get word to them in due time.
In due time, I'm worried that they're...
Matter of hours, darling.
How long is this discussion? I'm very tired. And it's been a long day, and
We have some stuff to go over, and I really can't give you more details while we're in the middle of the round.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
So fun.
Now,
Single tear.
if you would all follow me, please. And she starts to walk her way out of the giant front gates.
Do I trust this Jume?
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
I was gonna say Albie's walking kind of warily behind. She is not looking very happy right now.
In terms
think
of like
I'd
my intuition though, because this is what I'm confused in this game. Like, is it? I'm so used to all of these different roles having to be made to like make trust decisions, but
Yeah. No, you. Well, in D&D as well, you don't just roll to trust.
yes,
You-
obviously.
You roll for insight, but you need a target for that insight. In this, insight is under intuition. You can see it under your sheet. It's one of the things underneath intuition that you can roll for.
Make, heal, investigate, learn.
Maybe not. Maybe I didn't have that under there. Is it under charisma? Or maybe I just didn't mention it at all. But it is
no
insight.
insight. There's no insight term.
Fair enough. Yeah. So it would be under investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could...
Under intuition?
Under intuition.
Intuition. My apologies.
Well, he basically because investigate is one of the like subsets of
Gotcha,
intuition,
gotcha.
so I think that's.
I have all of my weaknesses is insight.
Hmm.
I went for my character with plus 13.
That's pretty fun.
So,
I'm a -2 in charisma.
so
I have
is there
negative
something...
in athletics
+13.
and for
As for your question, is there something in particular that you want to know about?
Well, I'm
Jume
trying to
that
figure
you're
out
trying to-
like when she said that she's a field agent of these people, so she knows them too. But actually, I guess I
Them
do.
too.
Oh, just you two. Oh,
Well,
I
because
see.
like they
Because
were
but she
Mostly
also
me,
looks at-
but
Whoa! I'm very important in the
You-
AEF.
you-
You are, in
What's
fact,
the
also
AEF?
Aaron. Yeah.
I'm also Aaron Bacon.
Now, I will say that you are not an agent of the AEF.
No, but I like to cling to them.
Yeah,
Izzy
you-
does canonically talk with them, and you were friends
I
with
do. I was
one of
friends
them.
with one.
forget her
Well,
name.
Olga.
she was friends with all of them.
It's
Was
more
it
like
reciprocated? I don't know.
Whenever
It's more
you're
like-
around,
it's more like they'll give you assignments through a second party,
Sure.
and
But that's
and
still
you'll
means
walk
to her,
around with like
she is
finger guns.
she fully is in the AEF according to her. Is she actually? No.
now, as for what you were trying to learn,
Well, no, I'm not necessarily trying to. If it doesn't make sense, I'll let it be for now. I'll just walk along. I don't know.
I'll kind of fall back to walk with Alice
Yeah.
and be like,
Oh.
this feels like some big government type stuff.
I'm a bit confused.
Me too. I don't know who these people
I'm right behind you, Meg. I got repairs on my ship that she needs to pay for.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna fall back.
and there's
on these
the
two.
small matter of the Agnaughts.
Oh,
At
right.
which point, as you continue walking along, you exit the gates and you see before you the stone-covered ceiling of the cavern, as there are large ornate buildings that form streets. And she just mentions to you, "Oh, it won't be a while. We just have to walk a few blocks. We are going to the AEF headquarters."
Shoot, sorry, I just realized Nadia. Is Nadia coming with us?
Let me see.
That's a good
She was.
point.
You look behind her and she's
You
been stabbed.
disappeared. You disappeared.
Oh, I disappeared.
And
Did we
then Nadia
disappear?
was left not knowing where you were.
Oh,
We
So you
disappeared?
appeared, essentially,
I thought it was time
at
froze.
the statue.
Oh.
And because you guys moved in this
Yeah, 'cause
vision
I
and
have,
everything,
I
right?
have the
Oh, yeah.
hands.
And I will say that you do notice as you're running out the gates, Nadia is running behind you.
Wait, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry, and then I'm gonna run back to Nadia and be like, have you heard of the AEF?
And I'll come join her because I
What?
trust Alice.
I
Who are these people?
I don't know.
I'll
They
let
just
you
came.
know.
Well, that one's
right
up.
back. If
He's
you
the
want
one
to
with
come
dead
with us,
kids.
we'll do
Yeah.
that.
She just.
And I'll flock with. I'll
She
flock
just,
you.
you guys are about like you're a short distance away, a few
Yeah.
paces,
So-
and LV just kind of looks between you all.
Nadia.
Nadia looks between you all, and what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that I talked to him, letting him know that I was going further back, and I went with Alice.
And
Okay.
then here's Alice.
Yeah.
I
Hello, Nadia.
think I've actually seen you around.
Yeah, I've seen you around as
Yeah,
well. How are you?
Head mistress of the Raucous Rose, Madame of the Raucous Rose. Yeah. Yeah, they just asked us to come with us.
I've been called many names, so that is much more polite.
But I think this might be our break. These guys look high up. They're saying weird acronyms.
She pulls you aside as well, and
Yeah.
she's
Let her
kind of
listen
interested
to
in
you.
you.
That means they're legit 2 letters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, 4 letters.
How did
you
disappear?
I have no clue. I will tell you all of it, but they're rushing us now. Come with and
One minute you were there, and the next you weren't. I was so concerned.
I don't wait. Walk with me. I'll tell you. And I'll kind of like lean in and repeat what happened in kind of like an undertone as we follow past.
And then stab her because no one can.
As you guys rejoin with the group, Jume just kind of is standing a little time. She goes, "Who's this?"
This is Nadia.
Nadia.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to meet you, Nadia.
Is it
And
who she comes with? We had kind of a rough time coming here. There's a stabbing on the train. She's my partner in crime. We didn't do the stabbing. Poor choice of words.
There was a robbery and a stabbing.
Yeah.
We were running away.
Yeah. They didn't catch us yet.
Who's this Nadia?
She's in my performance troupe. We do our performances together.
Okay. Was she in the vision with you?
No.
I'm sorry, Nadia, but this is gonna be really hard if you join us. I'm gonna need you to stay back. I can make it worth your time though. And she takes out her.
Golly, what do you mean it's going to
Coin
be
purse.
very hard? Why can't she join?
As she's rifling through her coin purse to make it to give her something, she doesn't look you in the eye and she just says, "Where we are going, outsiders are not welcome." And she just gives the coins over to
We're not outsiders.
Nadia.
I've never
What?
been.
I mean, I've never. The sun's never seen me before.
I lean over to Nadia and I say, "Okay,
I've
stay
never been
safe.
outside before.
Don't repeat what happened to anyone. I'll update you later. Hold on to that money tighter than you did our costumes."
And then she grabs the money and she's like, "Oh shit! My bag!" And she runs.
Oh no!
She runs,
I love
and,
that.
and in the middle of running back, she's like, "I'll see you later. I'll stay here."
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
We should have dinner sometime. Taste.
Now, what about Oliver?
Oh shit.
Now, Oliver, that's
Or
a
plus
that's a
one.
good question. He actually is back at the station. He was confused you were there and then he wasn't. And if you'd like, you can make a perception check if you're looking for him.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Aw.
where my co-pilot
I have no
is.
friends to ask about.
Whoops, that's a 1.
You do not see him.
No. Okay.
You guys have an understanding, though, that, like, you know, if anything happens, you'll see each other back at the airport.
I'm sure he's going to catalog all the damages done to the ship.
Yeah. Now, Jume is like, "Hey, is there anything else? You good?"
Do you have some food there?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Don't you worry. I
So
think
hungry.
they should have something.
Have you tried the orange juice at the sandwich shop?
I have. It's brilliant. It's good, right?
Is it just called the sandwich shop?
That's my favorite haunt in the city.
But that's fresh squeeze. That shit's expensive.
Pretty good.
They always
Especially
overcharge for
around
that.
I wanted to see the oranges every time, and they said, "No, you can't be back here, man. What are you doing?"
I want to see the orange.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, hi. Sorry, I was a little quiet earlier. It's been a long day. My name is Izzy. 2 I's, 2 Z's, just like a sleeping. Who are you?
You look a little windswept.
I was. And my sides really hurts from like a tugging, I think. A rope.
Turbulence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
I was
Rigid airship.
remarkably on the wing of this death mobile, trying to be heroically fixing it, and it didn't go
So
well.
you know how to tinker with machinery?
Sorta.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you're here, so clearly it did go well. You didn't die.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, because I saved the day,
Yeah.
basically. I'm
Wow.
put together the
She fixed the fuel leak.
I fixed the fuel leak and made it back on the ship,
Izzy,
and then
that's
took a little nap.
impressive. Yeah.
But it was a little scary,
Mhm.
but that's just all in a hero's day.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I think we'll have time for introductions later. Right now, we're not in a very
We can
good
walk and
place
talk. We'll walk and talk.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Everyone just listening to our story. Like,
I want to know who all they are, though. I'm not. We need to learn our team.
And she continues to lead you down the street.
But friends.
Now,
May
may I ask, what did you see while you were in the vision? As you guys are walking along.
Was it? I mean, what did we see? Yeah, it wasn't. Wasn't it just like the statue and the orb? Really?
It was the statue. It was a stone statue. The orb had turned from stone to gold. The cloth was no longer stone. It fell to the ground. It now portrayed U5 with the orb in hand in the embroidery.
We,
my lips say a tight line and I don't say anything.
I say absolutely everything I saw.
That tracks. Both
So it looks
track.
like you all were really chosen.
Chosen.
Yes. By the orb, of course.
Do you? What? Again, I am a little confused on the orb because it looks different to every person. What is the orb? Its own entity? Is it controlled by someone else? How do you know? Have you spoken to the orb before?
I have not. I am not an Agnot. Only Agnots can speak to the being in the orb. So
What
I've
the
heard.
fuck is an Agnot?
Not anymore.
I don't-
I fucking knew it.
An
That's
Agnot, dear,
funny.
is an explorer of Memoria.
An explorer of Memoria?
They traverse thresholds into memories of other dimensions.
That's nice.
Do I know any of this? Like, is this all new information?
And do I
This
know any of
is
this?
new information for you.
That's-
All you know is that the Agnots were the same people that you guys transported over to that tower before they met there.
Yeah, I don't think we know what they do though.
Well, I wasn't sure from any.
Yeah, you
shit I
guys,
picked
they were
up,
tight-lipped
but-
on what they did. All you knew is
I
that they
asked
would
a
just
lot
kind of
of
like do their
questions,
thing, and then they'll leave. Right?
That sounds like oh my god, Aaron's accent is messing with me.
It's contagious.
We're all doing southern accents.
Yes.
We are in the South.
When you join the AEF, you do a southern accent.
You have to choose
Howdy,
one.
How you doing, sugar?
Yeah. Sweet tea, sweet tea.
You'll have to come back to me.
I'm sorry.
Brilliant. Well, for future reference, where we are going, this is the primary way to get to the AEF HQ. This is at the corner of Elmswood and J. There is a shop there that we are going to called Mrs. Pickett's Tea House.
Oh, lovely.
Through the back door is where we typically enter. Now, or not the back door. You go through the shop and you talk to Miss Pickett.
Darling, this is the headquarters.
This is the headquarters, yes.
This might be a conversation for when we get there, but do you know why this has happened now?
Why you all had the vision now?
Yeah. This seems like we've all lived here our entire lives, or at least part of it, so
As
why
far
now?
as we know, there's no rhyme or reason for it. I've heard that the orb says that you all decide, that you all made the decision to have the orb, but from what I've heard, other Agnaughts don't say that that was the case, that they were indeed chosen. And as for the timing, there seems to be no rhyme or reason. It's just when everybody was there at the right time, I suppose. But it's really hard to say.
Well, we lost our team of Agnaughts, so does that have something to do with the
They
timing?
were vaporized.
I think.
Oh,
We don't know.
Pretty sure.
the Emerald Division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Helga and Harold and Thomas.
Tom,
and
Evie,
Wayne.
Olga.
Yeah,
Olga.
Shoot.
That's it.
Wayne.
That's
Oh.
her, that's her.
Oh, she's now. Wait a minute. So she made it through?
No, she's
She's
our liaison.
Darlings, what happened to that?
Are they dressed
Classified.
Like, are they like men? in black?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
She
That's
has
classified.
a gray coat with a tie, slacks.
See, now you're remembering
She seems to be well dressed, but it's not like
I
Men in
have to
Black.
take
And
our
they
secrets.
were like the people that were part
Yeah,
of the
I know.
Agnaughts.
I'm looking at
They
my
were not
skills.
dressed in their special uniforms. They were in like day wear. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame.
It was really scary.
What happened precisely?
Our ship got damaged.
So
I
you'll
hope-
tell her.
She's an AEF.
She's in the AEF. She's on a need to know, and she needs to know right now.
I'll update you later.
Bright
I'm
flash,
clear.
they were gone.
So they were lost.
They were lost?
No, I do not
We'll
want to be
file that when we
lost.
get back.
I do not want to be lost. I have things to do. I have people to take care
Will
of.
that happen to us?
She has classes to go to.
No, that won't happen to you all.
How do you know? You don't even know why they disappeared.
Our Agnaughts are very well trained, and they've not. This is a anomaly of sorts.
That's a first for me.
Yeah.
They're
It's a
training.
second for me.
They're training classes.
Huh?
I like that.
It was a turtle. It's fine.
Yeah, his hair's never gonna be.
Now, and there's just one more block.
Oh, darling, we can take a long time.
Let's see the scenic route.
I do want to ask one more thing. However, was there anything weird? Why these Agnaughts
The
sadly
really
didn't
acting
make
funny?
You were the one off the ship, is it?
I wasn't paying attention to them. I found a really cool symbol and I was a little busy.
it? A symbol.
Oh, yeah. And,
And what does it look like?
I drew it. Right here, look. Ah!
Huh.
It was sketched in probably after the collision, based on the height. and probably hastily done by knife. It was cool to touch, not metal, but solid. Nothing inside.
Yeah, it's like
you
a
sound like a
detective
noir
novel.
detective.
Yeah.
It was cool to touch, carved by knife.
Everything is black and white.
This is Izzy's moment. She pulls out a fedora.
Yeah.
And, you know they have fedoras.
Did that symbol look like
She made a
any
fedora.
of the ones on my
I'm not
box?
gonna be able to act my character. I'm laughing too much.
Does the symbol look like anything I've ever seen before? I kind of doubt it.
No.
Yeah, that was there. And there was also a box on the way. We hadn't seen that before. Oh shit. There was
That's our loop.
Right, there was
My ears.
Nothing
My ears
interesting
perk
on the
up.
way there. There's nothing to report.
There was also a really cool tree that we saw. Remember the tree?
Question. Because it's role play, if they weren't specifying that they're whispering, I could totally hear them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Sure, you don't know where the fuck
So
it is.
I give Alice a little nudge, and I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
we got some work.
Oh yeah, we know. We found a lot of boxes.
You all turn the corner and you see before you Miss Pickett's tea house. It's a quaint shop with red awnings. There's seating outside, and it has a small interior that you can see through the window. It has pastries lined against the windows, and there's a desk inside where Mrs. Pickett sits. She has graying curly hair and an apron, and she is currently tending to some tea. There's a few customers outside and inside. But otherwise, you see to the right of the desk inside there is a colorful beaded curtain that goes into the back rooms. As you approach, you can tell that it smells quite strongly of tarts and floral teas.
What does Mrs. Pickett smell like? You had a scent description for everyone
Yeah.
last session.
You're currently not inside,
Oh, okay.
but you are just outside, and Jume points up and here it is. I guess it's
You're right.
now time to go talk to Mrs. Pickett. No?
We need money.
She opens up the door and it does a little jingle with the bell, and she leads you all in. And Mrs. Pickett kind of sits up from her desk and she looks at you all entering. Oh, lovely!
There you go, keep it.
New guests, I haven't seen you all around. Could I interest you in any tea?
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful! And Jume, as you guys all enter, Jume passes through the door and she's like, "Oh,
Does she
don't worry, that
recognize
won't be
me?
necessary."
Oh.
Good question.
Single tear. It's been a long day.
She didn't immediately recognize you, but you could make that roll if you wanted to.
Okay. I'm not gonna bring attention to it. I just was asking because it's part of my household name. I have to
Yeah.
ask you.
Yeah,
And-
she would not.
She doesn't go to that kind of place.
No, she would not recognize. So Jume entered behind you all and said to Mrs. Pickett that won't be necessary. We need to enter through the back, and Miss Pickett says, "Oh, my apologies. Of course, you all may go through. It's nice to see you again, Jume."
And then you stay for tea.
Jume responds,
I might.
"Lovely to see you again as well, dear."
Can we have tea after?
Sure. Yeah. After we have our meeting, you're free to roam around as you wish. Now, she pulls aside the beads, and Miss
Aw.
Pickett gives you a nice little smile. As you walk by, she smells of roses. Now,
You're writing that down.
Your characters just go. Just smell everyone.
now, with the beads aside, you all enter through and you see, various bits of. Yep.
Actually, what does everyone else? Because I don't think I wrote down. Because I smell of cinnamon. Did everybody else say their own scent?
No, you're the only
'Cause,
one
like,
who has a scent.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yep. It's also possible not to smell strongly of something.
Citrus, wood, vanilla, because that's my favorite perfume.
Nice. Okay.
Soap.
Yeah.
So you all enter. You all enter the back room there, and there's a small kitchen
It's
where
the
they can
medicated
prepare the
soap
tarts and everything. You see flour caking the different surfaces. shelves with a bunch of different supplies, and there's a closet door in the back far right corner. And Jume looks around and she walks over to the closet. She opens it up, and inside you see a solid stone room with a single light bulb hanging in the middle.
Like an interrogation room?
It looks very plain, kind of like an interrogation room, but at the far end you see a metal bronze
Am I freaking
capsule.
out a little bit because I just got put in a fucking glass box thing with a creature and...
Are you?
That's up to you. Are you freaking out a little bit?
So was this room behind
You are the sacrifice.
the dresser? Like it's like Delphine's room?
This is
You sober for this?
It looks like a normal closet. Like,
Where
you know,
do you
that one
put
might
it?
keep supplies.
And then in
No,
the
is
back?
it?
Oh,
Huh?
it's like a door.
Door to yeah.
Toast.
I thought it was like Delphine's
Toast?
room. Like
No.
you open the back
It's a-
door.
Whiskey.
Also, Maverick got his toy up there and he's
Oh,
sleeping.
that's so cute. He's
Oh
so
my
happy.
Look at the baby.
Everyone, please pause and take a picture and a video of the cat.
Everyone, Maverick appreciation.
As
an effect.
This entire time, I'll be kind of hanging near the back while we're walking and letting people go in front of me.
I'm assessing the door. What does the door look like? Does it look like it has a lock?
It's got a lock on the outside.
I don't...
Like in any closet, though. You know, typically has that.
Okay.
Now,
I don't go
if
in
they do
yet.
have a lock,
I
but
don't go in yet.
I wanna look
at the
around.
far end of the room, which it's a small room, but there is a metal capsule made of bronze, and there's a little glass door that's opened, and there's red cushion seating inside the capsule. Jume gestures for you all to go in.
I'll go in.
After you.
Okay, fine. And she walks in. Now you're the only one that's not in there.
Okay.
Okay. She closes the door and runs.
My sacrifices!
You're all kind of cramped in that space, and she kind of walks past you all, and she says, "Don't worry, have a seat in the capsule." And she herself kind of pushes in.
Does this
and,
look
and
like it's gonna
takes a
take
seat.
off?
Do you all take a seat in the capsule?
Not yet, I'm not even in it. Does it look like it's gonna take off?
Make a perception check.
So is it like it's a glass thing with like brass outlines or what?
Yeah, it's like a brass tube capsule thing, and it's at either end of the wall, and you do see that at the edges there's a gap in the wall, right?
Does it look like there's like some sort of engine or something?
Could you make a perception check myself?
Perception?
Yourself.
Okay, so I have disadvantage with that.
Does it
14.
Because I have poor eyesight.
14.
You could also make intuition, I believe, and I believe you have an
Um,
ability that allows you to do that instead. Or is
Honestly,
that
I have
awkward?
quick learner and tinkerist.
I got 14.
Oh, so I
Tenacious
guess you don't have it.
14?
14. So you were asking if it looks like it's about to take off.
Yeah.
You can tell that it looks like it's meant to move.
Does it look like it's
So
been
it
used
does-
recently?
You don't see any dust.
Does it have
Do I use
tracks or something?
perception or intuition?
I would allow you to make either one here because you're asking about like whether or not it looks like it has an engine or that sort of thing, and because
Does it have
because of your background.
tracks?
Sorry.
Does it have? You said it can move. Does that mean that I saw that it has tracks? Like a train?
You see that at either end of the capsule there's an open area, as if it's it's supposed to go left or right.
Oh, okay.
A couple of things. Are you supposed to? I know this is a lot for you. Are you supposed to say like make a medium check?
Correct. Sorry. Yes. I'm going bounce between D&D and this.
Yes.
So this would be a.
I did well. I just wanted.
Yeah. No. This would be a mundane.
Okay, I got a 21.
You got a 21.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So yeah, you can tell that that there's no space for there to be an internal engine, in the way that it's self-propelled.
Okay.
This does seem to have, if it is supposed to move, an external propellant of sorts.
Before I hop in, I'm gonna be right by the doorway and looking at Jume. Darling, how far are we going?
Not far. This will just take what?
What's on the other end of this?
Well, it's the HQ, of course.
To you. Sit next to
Madam May, you gotta work on your orientation.
Alright.
I'm even getting sketched out. I'm always sitting down, but
Just a little vague.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time since we've brought on new Agnaughts. The giving men are not exactly predictable.
How many are there?
I hop in and sit next to Alice.
Good question. I do not know. And
You're
I don't
Alice,
think
I'm Elf.
I mean, yes.
know.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
But there's a
Well,
lot.
I sit next to myself.
I've seen more
My scared
than
little shivering soul.
15 myself. Not all of them are within the
Hey,
city.
15 what?
Giving men.
-4, unfortunately.
No, giving men.
Giving men.
Giving men.
Yeah, not
Like
the
the
Agnaughts.
statues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
How many Argonauts are there?
I don't know
I
for
think it was the giving
Oh, no, I
men.
can see what, yeah.
I don't know for certain, but I think there's about 10 to 15 divisions.
-1 division now.
I
Plus
mean,
1?
they're lost. I don't know if they're dead.
Okay, that's good.
But for now, yes, I guess practically speaking.
And
it'd
plus
be -1. Yeah, I mean, we haven't extended an offer yet for you to join the AEF.
I just assumed, sorry.
But the reason I am bringing you here is for the potential for you to join our orders.
I knew it.
Izzy, you're ruining the surprise.
I'm just really excited.
Now, she grabs the door and slides it into place, and you're all now in the capsule. You hear the sounds echoing within the metal, and she looks around and she's like, "Now, where is that blasted button?"
Here.
Make my data perception check.
Yeah.
Points to a
Sinking,
random bolt.
sinking.
Nice.
So that's, I guess then I'm true neutral right now, so that's -1. Wait,
No, it'd be 0
So
unless you're neutral.
you're-
because
What-
I'm like full neutral.
Yes.
No,
So
but
what-
what's your thing?
And my thing is +2.
Perception.
Yeah, but
No,
what's
so-
the
yeah,
mood?
so-
what's
And
the
I have to be
mood?
happy.
So you have to be
So it's
happy.
0.
So then 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So you have no addition to that,
Because
so
I'm
it's a
at,
plus.
okay, gotcha.
So it's
Yeah,
16.
so 16.
Alright, so that means that that's a full success. You do spot the button. It's beside the door to your left.
Is it dark in here?
Oh, could you press that for me, dear? You just hear the capsule rumbles a little bit, and you hear the sound of steam outside of the capsule, and then a sudden jerk to motion as you all are lurched into one of the directions of the tube. It is completely dark. You can't tell what's going on outside of the glass, but it is rumbling. It's not as sturdy as the cable cars, and it's just pummeling through the darkness.
Weirdly enough, I'm less scared of this than than being in here. I'm having a great time.
Can I look around to see how it's operating?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine now.
Sure,
I'm
go ahead.
interested to see this stuff.
Yeah, go ahead
If you're
and
scared,
make an
maybe you
intuition
should
check.
have some.
I'm proficient.
This is going to be
tired.
a hard one.
I'm proficient in
Emotionally.
tinkering.
Oh,
and
you're
studying
tired
with, like,
emotionally?
an advantage.
Like it.
Studying
Did you know that?
is
Yeah,
more
well, some of
for
my parents.
Like books.
books
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Good to me.
tinkering. Yeah, so no,
But
that wouldn't give you advantage.
Oh,
So you said hard intuition check.
Oh, big stretch.
11.
11. Okay, so you can't tell how it operates other than what you had previously determined, that there's some sort of external thing that's kind of pulling this along, right?
Well, so do you know where you sent the link to the dock?
You should be able to just go to Google Drive, and you should see
What's up?
under Shared with Me, I believe.
The entire-
But I did send it in the How About, the link.
Can I look at Hugh and go, so are you some sort of, like, boy genius? Who are you?
I'm you.
Hugh.
Yes.
Hugh...
Crosswick.
Oh, you're part of the Crosswick family?
Yeah, you know the
Of course, everyone knows them. That's
Do I know?
fascinating. They're-
Yeah, do people normally know who I am? Like, no.
If they know to like, if they're interested in how the engineering districts work and the businesses,
No,
then they would know that they are a high
and
profile
I am
family,
very
and I know that
interested
you would
in
know.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I, for instance, wouldn't know that.
yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's below ground stuff. I don't.
True. We don't do that.
Jume just kind of nods to all.
No music on this elevator.
It's not an elevator.
Whatever.
Do you want some music?
So how long have you been with the AEF?
I don't know, quite a while. Quite a while.
How long have you been working with the Emerald Division?
The Emerald Division, I'm one of the liaisons for them, so it's not...
Confused, because I have Brainiac here. Emerald Division, Thomas, leader. UA, Brainiac.
Yue was the brainiac of the...
Who?
of that.
But this is Jume.
Yui. This is
Jume.
Oh, I thought you said.
This is Jume.
Well, shit. I thought that he specifically said that this was the. Okay.
Well, you were saying you, so.
Oh, that's on me. I'm so
But
sorry.
the name was you, so.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't write this person's name down. I'm gonna do that.
So, what was the question?
How long have you liaisoned for Emerald Division?
About as long as I've been working for the AEF.
How does one join if you didn't have the vision with the Giving Man and it's all hush hush?
Well, I was working with the professors that also work at the AEF, and they sought me out.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the capsule comes to a halt, and you see through the glass a large room has appeared before you. Now,
About how long
opens up
were
the
you
door.
traveling for?
That was about a minute. Yeah. And she opens up the door, slides open, it comes to a clunking stop, and she gets up herself, stretches it back a little bit, and what you see before you is a large foyer with two Giving Men statues at either side. They have already been activated and hold no stone orb or drapery on them. Around their bases ring comfy looking seating, and throughout the room there are two strips of grating on the floor where you can spot tubes of bubbling orange liquid that are going through the tubes. The foyer is lit with electric lamps, and it's built out of various stone materials and wood furnishings. At either side, left and right, at the far end of the room, there are two sets of double doors, and there is a grated room at the far end of the wall with pipes that are coming out and into it, and you see that it through the grating, it looks like there's two sets of mesh. Now, beside that grated mesh, there is a desk where a clerk sits, and there are two armed guards at either side of both doors on the left and the right, and at the grated mesh. So there are 6 guards in total. There are a few people that are lounging around in the seats in the foyer, but otherwise, it is relatively empty. It's not like it's super busy and bustling. And Jume looks around and...
So do you guys get your own supply of orange juice?
I don't think you'd like to drink that here.
Huh.
Did it feel like when we were traveling here that we went down or just straight?
It felt like you were going straight, and if you were going up or down, it would have been like in a slight decline or incline. Now, Jume just kind of... Great. Forward we go.
Could I be keeping an eye out for anyone I would recognize?
Sure.
Okay.
Could you please do a perception check hard?
Okay.
for?
Guilty.
Can I look for someone I recognize?
Sure.
Not
Can
Make
I
that, make that a normal. A Monday.
6. Or actually, I'm gonna use a will for this one.
Okay.
Oh.
3.
You really don't know.
And it's not like advantage, so would she take the lower one, or is it advantage?
It's a complete reroll.
Yeah.
It's a complete
So,
Yeah.
didn't think I could get worse than 6, but
13.
13. So you do recognize. You don't know him by name, but you feel like you've seen one of the people that are on one of the seats.
Okay. Just like I feel like I've seen it.
You feel
before.
like you've seen it before.
Would I recognize anyone from? I'm assuming I would have worked with multiple divisions.
You
At this
do
point?
not recognize anybody in here.
I walk up to the.
You walk up to the guy? Alright, Jume kind of stops and looks at you as you're going off to the seating. And the guy, he's talking kind of in a hushed voice to another man to his left. He's a balding guy with, actually you see a pistol at his hip. The other guy that the man's talking to. The man that you recognize, or you think you recognize, is smartly dressed, and you do see on his tie are the his tie clip. It actually has the symbol of Saint Agnes.
Which one did you grab?
Does that mean something to me?
That is your call.
What's my call? Oh, okay.
And he kind of looks up at you. Hello,
Hi, Saint Agnes.
Uh,
That's the name, right?
Saint Agathis.
Agathis. Saint Agathis.
Yes,
I'm currently a student there. You seem familiar.
I'm one of the professors there.
What do you teach?
I teach history.
Was he my history teacher?
No. You just seen him around.
I've just seen him around.
Yeah.
This is a very cool place.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I beg the question. You're quite young to be here. Why are you here?
I'm not. I'm missing school right now to be here. One of the orbs from the Giving Man. It spoke to me.
Oh, you were one of the chosen.
That's been said around. I don't really know what that means.
Okay. Just stay safe.
I'd hope so.
I hear that part, and I come to be next to him, and I question.
This is quite an honor that you've been given, but I do want to make sure that you understand the gravity of this decision.
Oh, gravity is a lot heavier now, I'm sure, but
What did he just drop?
what do you mean?
Piece of paper.
Into his mouth?
The world will open up before you, but so will the evils of this world.
Oh shit.
With all the good, with all the information that you'll be given, you will see things that most have not.
I think my eyesight needs to get better first. Wow.
I hear staring at losers can help that.
It can! What if it really fixes my eyesight? That would be
Jume gives a little.
Yeah.
Time.
Sorry. I guess I'm late for a new class.
Understandable. Well,
Thank you.
good luck, and I guess I'll be seeing you around.
Yes.
He turns back to talking to the man, and the man with the pistol kind of watches the group as you now continue down the
You
foyer.
mentioned that we're not going to be safe?
Well, I guess he said that there's some danger to this.
Now, Jume
I've tripped before. It does hurt.
Aww.
Jume does bring you over to the desk, and she just
Falling off.
Didn't hurt.
waves at the attendant, and the attendant says, oh, Jume, it's wonderful to see you. Go right ahead, and do we? I don't know these all. She looks between you all. Chosen? Question mark?
Yes.
And Jume, yes, dear.
I love
Maybe go through.
saying that.
Oh, yes, of course, dear, of course. and she presses a little button, and the grapes just. You all enter, and
But before we enter, I was like, I don't mean to be rude, but you don't say question mark. It's more of an inflection in your tone when you ask a question.
Oh my god,
it's
you're
grammatical,
that guy.
but it's the end of the sentence. It's supposed to indicate that you're asking a question.
He's a grammar Nazi. What's a Nazi?
Just so you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
AEF. Yeah. Bye now. And you all enter, and as you enter this sort of airlock system, the grates close behind you, and you see through a little glass window aside one of the walls. There's a man who's looking at his instruments, and he kind of speaks through a little air slit through the glass, and he says, "You all do not have clearance." And Jume looks over and says, "It's fine, dear. They're new. They're new. Yeah, they should be fine, right?" And the man says, "Oh, if you're all new Agnaughts, I'm gonna need you to show us your golden orb."
Thank you.
You gave it to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
I
I
thought you just gave my hat back.
No,
Oh, I
it's in
gave it in the
hat.
hat.
Oh.
Because it was in the hat. Oh.
And it's a big.
Okay.
Yeah, yours you just had this.
Can you please rest it up against the sensor to my right? And you see in
That's
the wall
an
next to
ID
him.
badge is this golden orb.
You see in the wall next to him. There's a little indent, a little round indent in the wall.
It's so funny. You can't lose that.
He looks down at the sensors.
Why is it so
All right, it seems clear. You guys can go ahead.
With sensors, what is it like? Does he have like a computer on his side?
If you look through the glass and you see that there are multiple dials that are steam operated, but then there is actually one thing that you haven't seen before, which is a glowing screen.
What is that? How are you reading
Huh?
some frequencies of the orb when you're not even next to it? What is that device?
Oh, this? They gave it to me a few years ago.
Ah, who's a they? Maybe I can talk to them.
The scientist people.
What's his name tag say?
What's his
His
name?
tag
He
says
screams
Gilly.
Bert.
Gilly.
Gilly? I was thinking Benny. I was close.
Do you want me to like take the orb back or
Oh yeah, you can take that back now.
bitch?
I don't know. You sound like someone from Adventure Time. I don't know.
Gilly, what's your job here?
I help with the missions. I make sure that everyone going through here
Yeah,
is part of the team.
Just want to tell you, you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're being, I'm really impressed by how like stern you are, but they, follow protocols and all.
Oh, I've been told sometimes that I could stand to smile a little more.
No, you be you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're
Well-
perfect just the way you are, hon.
Because you have a beautiful smile.
I'm gonna pull out a flower because I have them probably.
You see, Jume is just kind of like,
Yep, give a flower.
well, I suppose welcome to the team, y'all.
It's a
I'll
dandelion.
see you here now.
People
He just
don't
kind of
like
looks down at
dandelions.
his computer again.
There was some dandelion.
He presses a button. And the gates in front of you just.
Bye, Gilly. We'll see you later.
Alright, see you all.
I will die for Gilly.
I will kill nations for
Is he my favorite NPC we've ever met? Calcifer's top, but he's randomly Calcifer.
Now, you all, let's see.
Yeah, put a little star next to his name.
They like
Uses
Gilly.
him as like making us like blackmail to make us do
Yeah.
things.
Oh no!
Gilly's been held hostage. What will you do?
That'd be really effective.
Now, you guys enter, and you see before you another room, not as big as the foyer, and there's a few doors along the right and left side, and down at the opposite end you see in large letters above the opposing door, mission control. And there's a few plaques on each one of the doors to the sides as well. And Jume walks down the corridor with you all, and passes one person that she was looking completely past. And the guy walks past and he says, "Oh, hi, Jume!" And Jume says, "Oh, hello!" And she looks back at the doors. She reads the plaques, and you guys get down a few more doors before you end up at one plaque that she stops at that is called the laboratory. And she just, great. And she strolls through the door of the laboratory. I assume you all follow. And through that door you see a large expansive room. There are tubes everywhere, gaskets that have little bits of steam coming out. There's tables that are placed in arrays. Some of them are strewn aside to have like a large device with a bunch of tubes coming in and out of it. Bits of metal everywhere. You can't tell exactly what's going on. You see technology that you've never seen before. There's bits of shiny, smooth substances that you've never seen. There's lights and electrical devices that are completely unbeknownst to you, and machine work that doesn't make any sense otherwise. And there is a man sitting at one of the desks at the far end, and he's tinkering at a bit of machine work. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, hello, Jume." This man is a short, stocky guy, and he has. Let me just look at my notes here. So he has unkempt white hair, and he's got a bit of a belly. He's wearing black suspenders, and he's missing a few teeth as you see him. They're quite yellowed, and he gets up, and he kind of see that he holds one of his hands up a little bit like this. He still has the
Like what?
I see you. He still has like a screwdriver in one hand. As he approaches you all, he smells strongly of body odor, just bad body odor.
Smells of BO.
And he approaches you all, and Jume kind of, "Dear Barnabas, it's great to see you again." And Barnabas kind of looks up at him and at Jume and says,
You know Barnabas?
"Oh, hi,
Sort of.
hi, Jume.
He's from the D&D.
Right.
Isn't he one of the guards? Isn't he
Oh,
one of Lana's
yeah.
guards?
He was the one that Delisarius was pissing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
He was the
I'm
one
surprised you
was
remember that.
the one that you pretended to poop your pants in front of?
Yeah.
That was because
Yeah.
we let you get the final shot on him.
Yeah, I murdered him.
Yeah.
Well,
He's resurrected.
this is a very different Barnabas.
Oh,
It's the
what was he
same
tinkering on?
Barnabas.
Could I tell what that was?
Yeah, could you make a hard intuition check for me?
I doubt it. 15.
You can tell that it's a. It looks like a clunky wrist device. There's parts of it strewn about, but you can't tell. It's not as large as a Pip-Boy. It does have little bits of tubes and stuff. You see the familiar orange liquid in a vial that's nearby, but you can't tell precisely what its use case would be. And Barnabas kind of... Great! I see we have some new Agnaughts, perhaps? And Jume just nods. Wonderful. What are your names all?
Elvie Hargreaves.
Elfie, Barnabas, it's wonderful.
It's nice to meet you.
Sorry if I sneezed.
Hope it doesn't hurt.
I'm Hugh.
You,
This place looks.
you're quite young to be here.
Yeah,
But you had the vision and everything. You're good to go.
I did. Yeah, and this place looks like. What's that? And that. And that. Like, how does that work with that exactly? Like, I have a lot of questions
Oh,
here.
a fellow tinkerer, I see. Well, I'm sure that we can spend quite a bit of time. I'll be happy to go over everything with you.
Great.
I've got an apprentice myself, but
No internship for
my
you.
my time my time is mostly my free time is mostly spent teaching him. However, he might be able to take on an apprentice himself. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, great.
Aw.
Well done.
You dear.
Do you recognize me?
You asked.
Actually, that's a good point. He kind of. Wait.
I love how we know immediately what they do with their free time. If they
Wait
recognize
a moment. Is that Isadora?
it. No.
That's his
No, No, that would be Han.
Hi!
I knew I was famous around these parts. Did
Yes, I was
did
told
Helga
that we
tell-
had somebody who was being a field op. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Helga must have talked about me all the time. She's one of my best friends.
Wait, is it Helga or Olga?
Helga.
Damn it. I
Close,
got it.
close,
Oh,
yeah.
I even made. I was like,
Olga
hey, I
was-
got it right.
He spends way too much time in here
Yeah.
to even know what's going on outside.
I am
So
Helga.
fair. So fair.
Is it Helga or Holga from the Emerald
I have
Edition?
Olga.
And I have
She
Helga.
has Helga.
I wrote Helga.
And I remembered Olga. So.
Wait, sorry.
Of Emerald Team
The ones that.
Division.
The
Let
mouth.
me check my
And Helga,
notes.
mouth.
Oh yeah, wasn't there gossip about Barnabas Strauss falling off engineer industry? Not working, not at
Barnabas Strauss
Out
was the
at
person
Weird Out
that
one
you
time?
had the notes
That's-
for.
Yeah, that's what. So
Okay.
I have his notes.
Well, you have notes pertaining to his life. Or
Oh,
you
that's
had
fun.
them, but then you gave them to Pitch.
Oh.
But I couldn't read them, so
Correct.
I don't know.
You don't know what the notes say.
Yeah.
But do you recognize the name, being like that they're connected to the name?
Did
But
I
you know you had to tell people to essentially, investigate more into him and all that stuff. So you did know his name, Barnabas Strauss.
Okay.
Well, shouldn't she have known everything because she had it transcribed?
She doesn't know how to read.
Because she doesn't know how to write.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm a
Well,
little-
she had
yeah.
it just transcribed by somebody. and,
So I
like,
do know the contents.
Yeah, you had there was essentially rumors that people in your cabaret got out of denizens. So they would be getting the gossip, and then they'd be transcribing it, and the notes were a collection of that gossip.
Got you. Okay, so
Right.
I would have heard the gossip, and then when I had it transcribed, I'd also understand.
Ooh, I want the tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know there is gossip.
You know kind of like
Yeah.
the cliff notes of it.
Got you. So I'm going to.
So does he actually recognize me and not her, or
Yes.
Yeah.
yes?
I'm Madame Bloomswood, and I actually am the headmistress of the Raucous Ruby Cabaret. I don't know if
Wow.
you have ever heard about any of that going on, but I'm basically trying to bring attention to my fame right now.
Gotcha.
So,
So make the 1d4 roll.
Yep. Because I want to have it pay attention to the conversation. Sorry. See every other
I
thing
have
to wait.
Holga written down.
Holga?
Holga.
Okay, so you have two
I got
Helgas,
a
two
3.
Holgas, and one Olga. Is that
So
what
not
we're saying?
successful. I got a 3.
Oh god, we're so divided on this.
Oh, you sound quite prolific.
And her name was like Jane or something.
This is Holga and Harold.
So
yeah,
your
Helga
name
and Harold.
Madame Bloom.
Bloomswood. Great. And Isadora.
Isadora Flint. You can call me Izzy
Great,
though.
yes.
It's 2 I's, 2 Z's, just looking to sleep. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, I've been hearing. Have you had any interesting discoveries lately?
You know, I was in the middle of one, but there was a symbol,
Oh.
but I don't know really what it means yet. But otherwise,
I
I've
don't
been
know anything other than
no, yeah.
the
So I have
symbols on the pages,
I have a whole
but-
pile back there that I have to go identify later. It should be real exciting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. How have you been?
Oh, well, gaining more calluses. But
Happens.
yeah.
Do I know who he is, or am I just pretending?
You
that-
don't know.
Right. That's what I assume.
And
My name's Upham Wright. I am head of Righteous Intervention, Airship Transportation, and Recovery.
great.
Renowned airship pilot.
Renowned.
Wonderful. So
His kids died.
You must have. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's been a few years. Appreciate it.
Well, you must have been in contact with some of our agnaughts, as we've been funding the aeronautical efforts as of late.
Yeah, so you're familiar with Emerald Division?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh shit.
I know. They're one of my studies.
Barnabas.
What happened to them? Yeah.
Sorry.
Vaporized as far as I'm concerned.
Didn't look good.
Didn't look like it hurt.
Didn't look
Did
like it
you
hurt.
manage to pick up their PAM unit?
Shit, did we?
The what?
The PAM unit, the big backpack that
Did
they
we?
came with.
The big backpack.
They had backpack. Did
No.
You could have given us a little bit more
Did we-
information.
Yeah,
Leave
we
that?
were too busy not crashing.
Oh.
we? Yeah, someone.
Barnabas.
glug,
We'll-
glug, glug.
we'll
Was a
send
little
somebody to go pick
distracted.
them up.
Darling, are
Only
you
reason why
ever
we
down
survived
in
that.
the scrap
I
bin?
survived better.
Oh, sure.
I handled better.
I don't spend much
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
That's why
you
I'm
definitely
like,
handled
sorry.
that so well.
I spend most of my time here, actually. I have a permanent
tried
residence.
Interesting, because one of my
Wait.
darling
Wait.
ladies mentioned that she saw you one time out and about. Because I have
Really?
written here that this is, that you were apparently out at a weird time one time, and one of my girls, saw you. And so I'm gonna be very direct about it.
Well, I
being
mean,
like,
I don't spend all my time here. I have to, see the.
What were you doing over there then?
I don't know, dear. What were you doing 3 weeks from now?
That's the future.
Yeah, darling, I cannot tell you what I will be doing.
But you could probably tell you what you was doing.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I don't know.
Sure.
What were you doing 3 weeks from
Sure.
now? Do you know what?
Oh, DM, sir, what was I doing?
After
roll-
we just
I don't know, what were you
roasted
doing?
him.
Make a.
I was
an
training Wendy.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. But I'm sorry, I don't know precisely what I was doing at a weird time that.
Well, 3 weeks ago, I was learning about linear algebra. You see, it was a very interesting class. It was quite difficult. The homework took me hours to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard things about that
Did you
class.
have linear algebra 2 weeks ago as well?
I did. I did too.
Yeah. I think I would ask you to be a little bit more specific.
About the time that you were out.
You just said I was out and about.
Do I actually, because I can't tell if I just wrote bad notes or if you actually told me more.
I didn't actually tell you more.
You did not, so just that I knew that he was out at
Yeah,
a
those
time.
details would have been written in the notes, but that's one of the things that they would have just said to you.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
as a summary of the transcription.
I see. So I'm gonna try to use a bit more of my charm and try to whoever either transcribed it to me or if. See, the problem is that I can't tell what I would or wouldn't know because I can't read. So, the problem is that I don't know.
You do know that one of the things that they had mentioned is that they Barnabas seemed to be part of a weird institution.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm gonna try
We know
to
he's part of a weird institution.
to
Is
charm
this
him
weird
to do
institution?
with whoever it was that was out that saw him and reported back because he said it's based on gossip for my girls. I would know.
Yeah.
I would be in a good relationship with them that I would know which one of them was out. So I would then try to be like, oh, she actually
Wendy-
really liked you, because he's you specifically said he's really not attractive. So I'm gonna try to play up the thing of this girl, really nice girl, really actually found him attractive and came back and told me and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna try to
Gotcha. So Wendy was the person who was
Wendy was the one who did it?
grabbing the gossip from this guy who was an old school friend of Barnabas.
Oh, okay.
Wait, old school or old school?
School
friends?
friend.
Okay.
School friend.
That was an important.
Old school friend.
Yeah, he drives a muscle car.
He's not in the 1870s. He's.
But do you decide to do anything with that information?
Yes, I'm gonna
60s, 70s? Yeah, 1800s.
Oh, you're just telling me of what I know. Like okay. So Wendy saw that. I guess I won't do anything for now.
Okay. So, I'm pretty excited to get my hands on this orb, right? Yeah?
You do work on airships, right?
No. I'm afraid not.
But you can add things to my airship, is what I'm
Unfortunately.
saying.
If they're related at all to the agnostical practices, then I could potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Why do you?
But
need
I'm
that?
not an engineer in that specialty.
Knick-knack.
What do you need the orb for?
What do I need the orb for?
Yeah.
Well,
What's
you're all joining the force, aren't you?
Sure, but like, what does it do? Like, does it give us special powers if you press a certain button or something?
Well,
or...
the PAM unit, and he grabs one of
the
the
thing we
backpacks
forgot.
from the table, and he
Oops.
takes
a
a cloth that normally is draped over it. And he puts it aside, and you see that there's an empty hole in the center with a glass covering where you saw the gold orb in the previous PAM unit before, and it's got little tubes of orange liquid that are moving around it, and
Easy, we got our own supply of orange juice.
Yes.
and you do see some
Mimosas
futuristic
for
technology that
days.
you've not seen before. It's got some sort of way to power itself, as it has some lights about it, and a little screen that's currently black. And he pats it, and he's like, "Now this baby, this is what's gonna help you transverse Memoria. This is what's gonna help you bond with your orb and actually go across the thresholds that you explore other dimensions or memories of it. This is it's really fun." And he takes out from the side of it, there's a little pack where they have some watches, and he dumps them all on the table. "And these are your tethers. This is what's gonna let you actually say yourselves when you go into the memories. This is what's gonna help you fulfill your duties. And also they serve as a way for us to summon you if there's any missions, that we have available." And Jume at this point, she kind of goes, "Okay, I think..."
Is that what broke with the Emerald Division?
Is that what?
Broke? Like you can't reach them. Are they missing their tether?
Well, the tether tethers you to the PAM unit.
Yeah, so they're not tethered to the PAM unit now. Now that they're
Currently
MIA.
they're not, because... Oh, you mean the tethers that were on the Emerald Division?
Yeah.
I mean, they're lost with the division.
Oh, it's with them.
Yeah, you wear the...
That's bad.
See. And Jume just kind of... Okay, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. They haven't even technically agreed to join. And perhaps, I think you and I have something that we need to discuss, she says to Barnabas. And Barnabas looks up at her and says, "Are you sure? What do we need to discuss?" I admit I'm a little excited. "No, it's fine, dear. It's fine. Just a little time on our own. Don't worry about it." He goes, "Okay." And he starts to walk away. And as they're walking away, you hear somebody else enter in the doorway behind you.
I don't like your song.
Could I also
Yeah.
basically
That's a very
could I
bad
like
spell.
take out my notebook
Yeah.
and start sketching
Director Oliver.
all of the technology I have yet? Does it like
Sure.
everything
I'm
that's
taking
needed?
notes.
I run after the other people.
Well, sorry.
I was just saying, when they're like, "We have something to talk about," could I like try and do an insight check if they're like, you know, like looking at
Yeah,
you.
because they're
or
leaving us to
something.
like be slaughtered.
Like, are
Kind of
they?
vibe.
Please do an intuition check yourself, mundane.
Can my mood go up? Because this is my life's passion.
Yeah, do a +2.
Yeah.
And I would say everyone can do a +1 to their mood.
Why? Why would I be
Well,
happy by
You
this?
can.
You can if you
Like this is this is
Why
literally
would
like
I
what
be
she lives
happier
for.
by this?
if this
freaking
is
me out.
distressing you out, then do a -1.
Okay.
10.
10.
Like, it
Okay,
looks
so
like they're
that's,
about to
that
leave
partially
us to
succeeds.
be-
No, she's having a
you
grand old
do-
time.
No, you notice that she's acting a little odd, but she's been acting odd. But you do notice that there's a little card sticking out of her pocket, and there's some artwork on the sides of it that's glowing. And that being said, you hear behind you the footsteps that enter the door.
Wait, while I'm following them, can I also try to perceive them? Because I'm
Now,
trying to follow
following them, they've only stepped like about 5 steps away at this point.
And then I'm stepping towards them.
Yeah, so you step 5 steps towards them,
Yeah.
and you are trying to what?
I'm trying to get away from whatever the fuck they're trying to do to us.
By following them?
Yeah, because they're gonna.
She assumes they're gonna like
I'm-
leave us in this room.
I'm assuming that they're trying to like leave because like she's suddenly like, oh, I have to talk to you, and is trying to bring them away, and they're gonna like slaughter us in a circle. So I'm trying to
In
go
the
get them.
laboratory?
They're new recruits?
So
paranoid.
you're just
No,
following.
I get it.
Is there anything in specific that you're trying to do other than follow?
Well,
This is good information, but I'm just like, I'm deciding whether or not you need to make like a roll.
at the moment, no.
Okay.
She's not. trying to-
So you do hear from the doorway a familiar voice yell out, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Familiar to all of us?
Yeah, familiar to all of you. And you turn around, somebody.
I'll turn around.
Who would be the first person?
I would
Yeah.
immediately turn around.
Alright. You see immediately Jume at the doorway.
It's another Jume.
It's another Jume. And you spin back, look around, and the Jume that was trying to get Barnabas aside, you see that she's frozen in place.
What the fuck?
She's a
card.
Is
And-
the card?
Wait, did you actually say that?
Well, I don't think I know what. Do I know what the cards do?
Because if
No.
you said that, I would.
I wouldn't
immediately-
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I would
just saw that she had a card. This is
Would
Ashley.
you be able to pick up
on that?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, because this is what I'm trying to figure out.
You have
Would
a
I-
twin?
And that, at that moment, she's like,
Jermaine's twin.
"Fuck!" And she.
With my spiritual stuff, do
What's
I
up with
sense
this
anything
Oh, that's
about
what the
magic?
glowing card was.
So if you wanted to try to sense magic, yes, but you don't have a passive sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm suspicious enough to sense magic. What would that even? How do I sense magic? What does that?
You'd make a spirit check.
Oh, okay. Oh, I sense prey. Okay.
Well, I will say that what's happening right now is a very quick moment in time. As Jume 1 is diving into her pocket, not
Okay,
the
well-
same pocket with her card.
Well, okay.
Is
I will.
one with Barnabas or one?
This is the one with Barnabas. One is with Barnabas.
Well, when I see her freaking out, I am gonna kind of step back from her
Mhm.
and try to sense her.
Okay.
What?
So,
I saw her
please,
turned around.
please make a mundane spirit check for you. Yeah, this is why I want to make the thingy, because then you won't have to like look back and forth between stuff. You'll be able to actually see everything right there on the mood slider.
So 15.
15. So that's quite successful. You can tell that she is actively using a will card at the moment, and you do spot your senses get drawn to
Do
the
I
will
know
card
what
in
kind?
your
Like what
pocket.
the card does? Like how?
You can
what's
tell
this
that there's a
card?
sense. There's a type of deception going on right now.
Mm.
Now, you see her immediately dive her hand into her pocket,
The other
and
pocket.
the other pocket, and Jume B, who just came in through the
1B.
yeah 1 and B. Yep. This is very similar to how we do
Michael 1 and Michael A.
and Jume B screams out and starts bolting
And
As
while
Jume
they're doing
won.
that, I tried to hypnotize the Jume A.
One.
One. Yes.
I will say that to do that, you need to get her attention. And right now, her attention is not on you. Right now, her attention is on the Jume B, who is running at her. And she...
I'm only a couple steps away from her because I only just stepped back. So I'll go right in her face and take I have on my belt like a fan that I keep with me. I don't know. It's some object that is what I use for my hypnosis, and I like literally put it in front of her face.
Please make an impossible spirit check.
Oh God. Oh God.
Guidance.
You got it.
No. Because the problem is I'm also not happy right now, so I don't have additional stuff. So this is for the
For impossible, a partial success is 20 to 24,
no,
and 25 up is complete success. You failed?
Failed.
So,
No, I don't want to know how badly you failed.
No, it's not bad. It's just I got a 14, but it's
Oh.
not for an impossible check.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she steps back from the fan that you had just flapped in front of her face, and Barnabas is also stepping back confused.
I'm just fanning her. I did it so badly that I was like, oh.
And
That's a
Jume won.
distraction, probably.
As she lands on the ground, her card from her back pocket slips out and actually gets torn a little bit. And you see the glowing fizzle away, and then the card itself actually turns into ash. And at that moment, you see a flash of a very familiar face. And you
Specifically?
also recognize this as Pitch.
Hey.
Now,
So it's
she
my card.
tries to hide her
Is
face.
it my card that I made?
She tries to hide her face, and she takes out the card, and as Jume B is about to grab her scruff, she kind of clambers against the floor, grabs Barnabas's foot, and then activates the card, and they immediately poof into thin air.
What? Wait, just Pitch and her, or also Barnabas?
Barnabas and Pitch.
Fuck.
They disappear, and Jume B
So Jume-
collapses on the floor where Pitch once was, and she just... Fuck!
What the fuck?
Fuck! Who are you all?
We're the chosen.
You don't know. Have we been with her the whole time? Oh, fucking hell, man!
I go to where they were and start feeling around if there's anything left from them.
Sure.
And is the other Jume A?
Make a spirit,
one still
hard
there?
spirit check.
Two.
No.
Just
Jume,
just
Jume won.
Yeah, so it's just Jume.
Was
So
Pitch.
Jume 1 was
14?
the
Okay.
was
Pitch.
the
And-
first one who let us in?
Failure.
Yes.
Was the first one that lesson?
Oh,
was
sorry.
Pitch. Jume B is actually
17.
Jume.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tell that that this was a you can sense that this was a teleportation
So basically,
that
when
brought
I
them
had
to
before
another
asked if I
thing on
trusted
this
her, I
plane.
should have done a
Another,
sense check
position.
because then I could have figured out that it was Pitch and actually know
You
Pitch.
can tell
so I
just
probably
based off
would
of
have done.
the
That's okay.
intensity of it that it
Which is why he was like,
was within a
well,
mile.
and I'm like,
It wasn't super far, but
Oh, yeah.
it could be anywhere within that area. You can precisely tell where they landed.
Okay, and there's no part of a ribbon fell off one of them or a necklace or something. Gotcha, okay.
I'm asking this mostly to try to figure out what Izzy would do in this moment. How similar did it look to the disappearance of the Agonauts? Because she wouldn't know, obviously. Matt, legit, would it look like it's a similar...
Not similar.
Okay.
There was no flash.
Okay.
They had just
Okay.
vanished.
Noted.
Holy moly! What happened? How you had a twin, and then you didn't have a twin, and then they left.
I'd like to ask you all the very same thing. Now, would you all please follow me? And she storms out the door and,
I do a
and
sense
stops
check
and
on
she
her.
looks back.
I do a sense check on her. No, I don't
Yeah.
trust
And Jume would
This
have
Joe Monday.
I
Did
need
you
to
rate
do an
with
insight
us?
check on this.
Yeah.
Alright?
Okay.
But just that
intuition
we're
for
here.
yourself.
Well, sure, of course.
Well, I have a disadvantage. I
But wait,
literally
wait.
one of my
It's like, oh,
weaknesses
no,
are
data from the
insight.
FBI. What the fuck?
18.
But it's your weakness is sight
Exactly.
based.
No, I
But
both sight
maybe
and
she won't be
insight.
bad.
Like I'm gullible, and what I'm saying is
Oh.
like this is so weird that this is not even I'm asking what's going on.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense.
Like, I want to be bad at this, but like I'm still doing it because it's still, this
Makes
is
sense.
still weird.
Yeah, so you have disadvantage and you're doing it. Yeah.
18.
Natural
18.
one.
You can tell that there's no magic
Wow, you're really bad.
affecting her.
Uh-huh.
And nice.
Oh, but is
so
there any
catastrophic
magic in this
failure.
space? Is there any magic
Good,
still in
good,
the
good,
space?
good. There's just a lingering sense of it, and there is like you do sense that certain devices there's something coming from them, but it's the stuff that he was tinkering with. You know, anywhere that there's the orange liquid, you feel like a strong sense of that.
Could I run up to the real to my V and like grab her shoulder and be like, "Who was that woman?"
She grabs your hand and she says, "That, dear, was Pitch, leader of the Ivory Divers. She's been a thorn in our side for quite some time. Now, if you all would follow me, please." And she steps into the hallway and directs you
And
all.
I act very nonchalant, like I don't know.
Jume, we've come across.
So do
I want to make sure that you're really you. Tell me something that only we would know about you.
I don't
do we know
think you
that
know
you are the
anything
trick?
about me, dear.
We've met before.
I mean, I know. Are you all the bunch that was transporting the Emerald Division? I know that they were supposed to be out.
And who was the leader of that?
Oh, and actually, I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recognize
Well,
you.
shit. Barnabas did.
Passenger, frequent flyer.
As you guys are walking down the hallway,
Frequent victim.
speaking of which, how was the mission with that?
Oh, okay,
goodness.
clearly it's her.
We lost them. They're gone.
And then we have Vision. I know. It was a whole thing.
She keeps walking down the hall and she finally gets to the door at the end. This is mission control. She opens the door. There's a giant table in the center. And you do see some screens with some imagery on them and some more of that orange liquid that's going in and out. And she directs you in. Have a seat.
I want to stop. Gilly, how did not real Jume get through security clearance?
Gilly's not here.
Well, I assume we passed Gilly at some point, right?
No, he's stuck in his little airlock.
Oh,
cavity.
Oh, we didn't
Kelly,
pass
where's
him?
Kelly?
No,
Oh, we're
because
still-
right now
You have to make sure it's okay.
It was
Job.
foyer. It was foyer. It was airlocked, and then it was like the rest.
Right, the lab, and then we moved.
Well, it was after this. There's like like a corridor with doors on multiple sides and mission control at the end of it.
Oh, I thought we just
So-
turned back.
No, I mean you went to the laboratory and then you continue down to mission control.
And sorry, Pitch is the leader of the Ivory what?
Divers.
Cyber divers. You all. You're all now in the room, whether or not you sit at the table.
Do I notice that she seems to know who Pitch is?
I have no idea who Bishop is.
No.
Do you?
I
Well, have
asked
you-
who
I just
it
can't
was.
tell-
I don't know. Were you looking at Pitch when all that happened? Because I just went up and said, "Who is that woman?"
Well, wait, I wasn't looking at Pitch
I
because
would
Pitch already disappeared.
Well, no, because when
Look
you were
at where
doing like
Pitch would've disappeared.
you were trying to hypnotize her.
I'm not sure if you would have seen her reaction.
Okay. No, I meant more now because she also mentioned, like, I can't tell.
Well,
if-
now I would imagine. I guess it depends on how you're wearing your face and if you're saying anything.
I just asked who that woman was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking because I don't
Gotcha,
know if
yeah.
you're trying to conceal or not. Because if you're not, then I would.
Yeah, for
Notice
now.
it?
For
Yeah.
now.
So, Jume sits at one end of the table. She kind of sits back. Oh, I can't believe this. We're going to need to change room entrances. Fuck, we're going to have to change one. Do sit, everyone. You all sit down.
Long day.
Yeah.
Terrible day.
Alright.
It would be
She-
third
it's a
period
little-
right now. This is crazy.
She hits a little button, and you see a little device that looks like a cone that goes into the table, and it's made out of metal. She speaks into it, and she says, "I'm gonna need to send out a rescue team over to the Emerald Division's last known position.
Oh,
They disappeared
there
at
too.
the debris, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
we landed beyond the 200-foot mark threshold. At white flash, They're gone.
And they're what
And
is it,
more
Pam?
importantly, our
Pam-
ship is damaged.
And most importantly,
We'll
their
get that. Get to that.
Pam sensor. What was it called? That's still there. So you might want to
Understood.
get that.
All right, and part of the rescue team also mentioned that they need to be picking up the PAM center that's left behind. Okay, that
Should
be
you
good.
think Pitch is behind them disappearing?
Do you say that?
Was that a question to us or should?
Yeah.
I do say that it probably was. Do you guys recognize anything weird about the incident?
Of the disappearing or a pitch?
Well, that was. I would assume that you and I saw the same thing with Pitch.
She knows about the symbol.
The disappearing with the
Does that matter?
The
Okay.
symbol?
She knows
Oh.
about a symbol.
Yeah, so there was a symbol on the structure by.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Pitch would know this now too, because we thought she was you.
Oh, great!
Oh,
Okay.
fuck! Wait.
That is a symbol by the Ivory Divers. This is to mark debris that has already been invaded by them.
Oh
It
shit!
seems to me that Pitch sprung a little trap. Fuck. She hits the button again. And do be aware that debris has been marred by the Ivory Divers already.
Why are you talking into a piece of metal? What is that?
This is more advanced than what the general populace has at the
Should we
moment.
show her? the box?
This is a microphone device that
We
allows
don't
us
know.
to transmit our voice between the departments.
What, Lou?
Nothing, dude.
That's interesting. How exactly does it work?
It's a tree.
To be honest,
Jesus
here, I'm
Christ.
not one of the engineers or scientists. I
He's
don't know
thirsty.
precisely. All I know is that
I
it's
used
quite
to be a
effective.
rogue in another
And
life.
as of right now, it only works within short distances. But
Explain the knife.
imagine that it's like a like a telegram, but faster and using sound.
Ooh.
Start sketching it.
Now, I don't even know where to start, Tears.
Do you need some tea?
And perhaps after. I would like to know, I suppose the only way that you were able to get here in the first place is that you all managed to have a vision with one of the giving men, yes?
Yeah.
I see. And, now Barnabas is gone. I'll be right back. She gets up, you hear the screech of her chair, and she
Yeah.
exits.
Thing's about to fall over.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yeah,
Thank
good
you.
catch.
You should have let it for long so you can read what's behind there.
Yeah.
What a-
She gets up, she storms out of the meeting room, and you're all left in there for silence.
It's just a meeting room.
It's essentially a meeting room.
Office.
It's got boards with some little sketches on
Did
it.
she mention where she's going?
Nope. She said she would be right back. And there's some screens that have there's some little bits of information on it, some text that you see is moving, which is strange to you. And there is and multiple screens are blank.
I would immediately go and look at the screen.
I
So is it-
no, that's what I was gonna say.
Can I look at
yeah.
the screens and I touch them and see how they work?
I just want to read what's on it.
Make a hard intuition check, and the rest of you, as you're looking at the screens.
I want to look at the boards and then separate.
I don't bother because I can't read.
Is there a map anywhere?
I was going to mention that the screen has a map on it
I can
of
look at
the Nordic Union,
I look at the pretty pictures.
and this does have multiple dots along the map, and the dots have a vector on them. It's a little line that goes out from the dot, and some of them are longer than others, and they're colored either anywhere from red to green, anywhere along that spectrum.
Any kind of legend?
You do not see a legend.
This is a good
What?
map for me.
What you do see is a list of
Not this list.
likely thresholds. It says,
Mm.
and it's got a list of coordinates, and it's constantly jumping between them. It seems like there's a probability percentage that
It's
is
a weather forecast.
it's going anywhere from 20 to 40% at its highest, but there's nothing that's passing that threshold, and you see that there's actually a visual along the graph to determine if anything has passed that
Draw
threshold.
that shit down.
I got a 17 on the intuition check.
You got a 17. So you can tell that this is operated by electricity. There is no magic or Cythera involved here. And as you are looking at it, you see that there are cables coming in and out of it that you have not recognized. This seems to be essentially this is completely foreign to you, but you recognize its function. And I don't think I need to explain to you what this function is. So, you do know that, something like this would be immensely useful. And, outside of this environment, it's not been seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see what's written on the boards?
What's written on the boards, you see that there are several equations. There's actually a legend of a few symbols. You recognize one of the symbols as the symbol that you guys saw. And
I'm gonna write all of them down in my notebook. And what has the most text?
what has the most
Like,
text?
is there text or like theories or things that she's working out?
There's nothing verbose. They have. It seems that they've been careful to, and much of the information that they have on the boards, it doesn't give away anything, except for the one that gives away the most information is that legend of the.
That's what I'll write down then. Take that map down. Draw it. I gave you that notebook for Christmas or whatever holidays are celebrated in this time. For your birthday. Go get it.
Take notes of some coordinates.
Coordinates of where the dots are.
Yeah, I'll make sure to label green and red so we don't accidentally go to a red one. Maybe.
So-
red sounds bad.
Okay.
And they are matching notebooks, by the way.
I love your hair.
Thank you for the Christmas gift.
Now, after you've taken the notes, there's about 10 minutes where you guys could talk to each other. You could try to do anything else if you wanted to, or do you just sit and wait patiently?
Are there any
We
papers?
should talk to each other, right?
Are there any papers on the desk?
There
I'll
are
talk too. But...
currently no papers on the desk.
There's no drawers with papers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to snoop.
Yeah.
I would suggest that we haven't really had any actual talking between.
I will mention that there are two doors on either side of the mission control room, as opposed to they are closed, and there's a door that goes out into the hallway that you guys came through. But so there's two doors that you guys don't know what's beyond them.
So you guys are part of this group?
Sorta. Me, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He.
I saw
he's a
everyone
freelancer.
recognizing you. Do you work for her?
Yeah.
Hardly.
No. Yeah. He definitely works for me. I tell him what to do and he does it. As evident by him writing it down in that notebook I got him. His notes are real sloppy, so I have to try to give him something to organize it all. We're working on, his organizational skills. It's
Izzy,
kinda
are
like
you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
We're hired by the AEF to transport the Agnaughts.
And
In our free time.
Transport
We're
how?
not training him.
Via rigid airship.
Interesting.
Definitely.
You're a little young to be here, son. Are you sure this is safe?
Well, I mean, I've been told that it might be a little dangerous, but
You're a ballsy kid. I respect that.
You seem pretty smart.
I don't play sports, no.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh.
Does he remind you of your son?
Do either of you boys like him?
Sure, why not?
You're
He's
feeling
giving
the
me-
hole in his heart.
He's giving me son vibes.
Oh.
So you'll have parents.
I do have parents there, This is not Pippin.
What are you learning about in that fancy physics class of yours? Have you gotten to the quantum mechanics, the thermodynamics, or?
Those are big words for you.
I do not understand the first half of that sentence. But yeah.
She reads!
Have I done... I haven't done, like... Obviously not quantum mechanics.
Yeah, quantum mechanics not...
I'm
Yeah.
trying to nerd out with someone right now.
At this time, you would have been concerned a lot with engineering and the things that would be related to that. As for whether or not you would be more in studying the realm of the, at this point, more theoretical sciences, is up to you.
Okay, I think mostly, my main interest currently is like steam power. So like, especially like the wires really interested me because it's currently that's like super advanced.
Yeah.
For when it comes to energy output. So
thermodynamics.
You're a wire guy? I have so many bags of just random wires that I found. Would you be interested in looking at them later? You can identify them. Maybe we can figure out where the heck they go to. I've tried so many. I put them together. I've gotten electrocuted twice.
Izzy canonically steals copper.
I do. And I found some just kind of in the debris sometimes. Sometimes it's the debris in the wires.
Yes, it's quite interesting.
Great. Would that be
At this
nerding
point-
out with someone?
Alice, sorry, I just
think
wanna.
it can be whatever you want it to be.
I think that was nerding out with someone. I'm gonna move up food.
I trust you a little more. And I'm trying to not whisper so much that the the audio can't hear me, but I'm also trying to only talk to Alice. This is the problem.
Oh, really?
What was
You better be
that?
quiet.
What was that?
Yeah. Also, again, you are Alice.
Once again.
She's
It's
in a corner
fine,
talking to
because
herself.
You called me Alice once into my brain. I went, no, I'm Izzy. And I was like, I am not Izzy.
Well, he's already thought she's in.
Yeah.
So no one knows.
Our names are all so different but so similar somehow. Elvie, Izzy, Alice.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, no, I'll lean in and be like, yeah, I'm whispering. I'll be like, yeah, this doesn't seem very safe. Like, I want to know what's happening, but people are getting evaporated. I need to know more about these ivory divers. Like, what's happening?
Do I?
No,
so
I
I
want
want
nothing
to
to
do
do
an
with the ship.
insight check
I think it
in
needs to
terms
stay
of when
apart.
she says ivory divers, if she
This
sounds
is ours.
actually
Yeah.
confused,
This one,
or
this
if
one's
she
being built.
is playing
Oh.
me.
Make
the
that
new
What?
a
The one you crashed.
The one you crashed. The one you crashed.
You got hit by me.
I can
wanna
also
crash.
just say, I have,
I was thinking about adding some
Sure.
missile
yeah, I
bags
have no
on
clue who
side.
the ivory divers
I
are.
love missile
Okay,
bags.
I have
I'll
no
still.
clue. You can still
yeah,
roll.
I'll
Parachute
still do
for
it
when
because
it
that's
starts
what
to
she would
crash.
do.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Parachute.
So,
She would toss out her
intuition.
dice on the table.
How many?
Probably three all the
Do I
time.
trust you?
Like
Big
two.
conversation. Hey, what's up?
It's like
Yeah,
Two-Face from...
Oh, I meant for the ship
Oh,
itself, but yeah, we should have a few for us. So yeah,
that's
three. Maybe a couple extras for
This
you.
whole thing's a
18?
balance.
I should roll well for something I don't know how to roll for.
I
But
would
guess
say
what?
it's
Yeah, it goes
Find
down,
the
so we need a
truth.
parachute for when it starts to go
Okay,
down.
so cool.
expensive.
So I
I don't give a shit. You crashed 2 ships. I had a parachute.
LV.
So you see one of the doors behind that you guys that were closed, left one, opens up, and you see a man pop his head through. He looks smartly dressed, and he's got slick back hair, and he just kind of. I think I heard something about your ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Someone crashed it.
He closes the door. And
Again.
he's got a little notebook on his that he's holding against his side, and he takes a seat next to you. All right. Where's your ship located?
So, who are you?
I'm part of the financial division here. I want to
Oh,
make sure that
shit.
we have all our stuff in order
Great.
before we send the team out to help with the repairs. Now, could I
Your new best
have
friend.
information on where it's located, please?
If it was last we were left, it should be by the grounded Valkyrie on the airstrip.
Grounded Valkyrie. Title of the airship?
The hard landing.
Hard landing.
That
That's
it
clever.
was.
I like
That it was.
And what's
Let's
the
go watch
nature
for
of the
the
damage?
insurance company.
Extensive. My co-pilot Oliver Johnson should have a full, comprehensive list for your teams, but it seems initial damage reports are the engine, the landing systems, and the front of the airship.
Okay.
Many other systems.
And like the hook things.
Correct.
The fuel's good. I made sure of that.
Understood.
See less over.
Right. Fuel. Good.
I had a few ideas for engine upgrades, if you guys wouldn't mind.
I'm afraid I don't handle that. However,
Parachutes too. We would like some money for parachutes.
Parachutes.
We've now crashed twice. We need an out plan.
Parachutes aren't as important.
No, no.
If you want a parachute, you can buy it with your salary.
I think that's
Oh, they are also.
Yeah,
Well, my guy's from North Carolina, so...
No, but it was really funny because Isaiah also did a southern accent.
Trey is creeping into all y'all.
We have a workshop.
because I don't want to have to sue, but like if I get injured on the job, I know my workplace rights.
We have a workshop in the Tangria
Just
district.
violates OSHA.
She's
And
coming for you,
OSHA
won't she?
If you want to
regulations.
discuss upgrades or if you want to discuss getting supplies,
Very
such
much
as
would.
parachutes, then you can go there.
I just don't want to, because I don't want to bring it up to the big man up there about how us little folk are getting hurt
The
on
workshop
the job.
is in an unnamed warehouse. It's going to be on the address
You can
is
give hangar numbers, if it helps.
sure hangar number 23.
Cool. We'll do, and my co-pilot will get back to you on the damages.
Understood. Great. I think that's everything that we need to know. Shuts his
Did
shuts
you
his
just walk
notebook.
into this
He
office?
gets up. And at that point, Jume comes in through the door. She huffs and she stands beside the table, and she said, "Great, you covered the airship damages." And he's, "Yes, we did. That's fine."
Quick, how do we know that you're really you and not Pitch? Every time you leave.
He just she just sits back in the chair.
We're gonna do this every time.
No, I'd rather wish we didn't. But fine. I don't know.
Should we make up a safe word?
I think a safe word's a good idea.
Fine. Yeah. What would you say?
Pineapples.
Pam. The Pam unit.
Pam apples.
Pam apples.
Pam.
Apples.
I think we should all do that too, because
Yeah.
if Pitch can change into any of us, and we're working together, we need to have some trust. Pam apples? Is that a
Can't
safe
believe
word?
I'm writing down pineapples.
I can't
we
believe
have
that safe
a
word, Pam Apple.
we
I
have
can't believe it.
we have everything in order. We're going to be sending along a search party to try to find the both of them. She took Barnabas, our lead engineer. That's covers our PAM units. That being said, we're not totally in the dark here, as he was training a young individual by the name of Vincent Vaughn, and
Vince Vaughn.
and he is going to be. I think at this point, I spoke with him. He should be proficient enough to situate you all with your PAM unit, should you want to help us out. Now, I would like to extend an arm out to you all. Do you have any questions before we continue?
What's the salary?
Salary. This is in 2 parts. First, we give you a bonus for every mission that you complete. And this depends on the mission. And second, on a bi-weekly basis, a deposit of 500 coin will be given to you all.
Wow.
Is that the going rate for the
Is that
salary
good?
around here?
We're entering negotiations.
This is standard for our entry-level Agnaughts.
It's 500 a wall.
500
Yeah.
is
Oh my god.
Yeah.
decent for you.
And what
A
about-
lot for you guys.
Damn. What are the benefits? Do we
The
get
benefits.
dental?
Hazard pay.
500 gold.
Hazard pay?
I mean, if there's any worries about injury, we take care of you here.
And vaporization.
That is where our search party comes into play.
Hmm.
We are currently sending out a division that will be tracking down the Emeralds division as well as our lost fungus. Now, if you do, yes,
I feel like a lot has been happening all at once.
yes, it has.
So you all work for this entity
No,
that we, because when we had our vision, an entity came and who said that they had been in.
you're talking about the woman in the gold.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. This is unfortunate. We actually don't know much more than you do at this point. What we do know, however, is that every one of the giving men who are scattered across our world as we know it, offers one of these gold orbs to a group of individuals should it see fit. It seems to choose people almost at random.
Is there another entity? Because you very definitively said no.
These entities, they seem to be interlinked somehow.
Which one?
The golden orb entities. We've just been calling them PAM units at this point because that's what we use them for. These units, they seem to be interlinked somehow, and they are decentralized in nature. However, they're strange in that their memory is localized. Your unit, its memory started when it chose you all.
Fascinating.
It doesn't know what another unit is experiencing, but they do have a unified goal, a unified focus.
They can't
They-
locate each other?
Sorry?
They can't locate each other?
They can't locate each other.
Damn.
They can't give you, or us, quite frankly, any useful information other than stuff that directly helps us traverse Memoria. It seems to be their one and only goal, to defeat the Phage.
The phage?
Yes.
What's the phage?
The orb.
The autophage,
I
autophage is
don't
the
know
full
what
name
it
for
is.
them. The phage is what you experienced when it took over and corrupted the land when the Agnons disappeared. That is but a glimpse of the phage.
So the giving men are spread throughout the world.
Yes.
Once one's activated, is it done? Are we on a time limit of giving men basically to?
There seems to
Fix
be
everything?
a finite amount of them, as far as we are aware.
And if the group that was given an orb by a specific old man dies, it's gone. It can't link to anyone else.
Well, our information on this is very fresh. We have only been traversing Memoria and sending out Agnot's training for 5 years now. Therefore, our experience in such matters is very limited. We haven't had individuals die in a way where we can recover the units as of yet. It seems to me, however, that the unit where you all had witnessed the disappearance of the Agnons that you were with is the first. One where we can attempt to commune with the unit and see if it has any recollection on what went wrong. But we'll see in good time. We'll see if the unit is still there. We'll see if Pam, that Pam unit was stolen by our lovely Pitch.
Do we think that if the symbol meant that they had been there before, and they rig a trap there. Yeah, maybe one of the theories is that could corrupt it. Do we know that it could be reliable when we retrieve it? What if
The device.
Yes. Can it be corrupted?
I've been told by the Agnaughts that have been communing with these devices that they are immune to corruption by the page.
That's good.
I mean, it seems like the area was corrupted, not the PAM unit was corrupted.
Yeah, but if like they could go back and do something to it, or if like they could set off a trap that then would corrupt it, and that's part of the disappearance.
For additional information on how these PAM units operate,
This is
sorry.
It's just you're like for more information. It's like an ad. It's like this is www.
These PAM units, as they are devoid of any memory of past events or anything, they seem to also be devoid of morality. They do not care who wields them. They only care that they are used to traverse Memoria. This means that the Ivory Divers have their own Agnaughts.
I mean, how do you know that the Ivory Divers are innately bad? What have they done to you?
We have information that the Ivory Divers have been collecting cryptids, which are unholy creatures made of a matrimony between the phage and your worst nightmares.
Fascinating.
Cryptids.
Failing a test? What? What are they combining?
It could very well manifest in such a way. These cryptids attempt to consume the will of their victims. They've managed to bring cryptids out of their natural environment, that being Memoria, and are collecting them, as far as we know. We do not know why. We know they are undercover. They have made a few of our agents disappear, and they have been attempting to leave traps for our Agnaughts. It seems like one of them succeeded.
Do you all collect anything from?
We do.
What do you collect?
If we find them, we collect what we call psychics. These are beings that have managed to survive the phage as they have consumed their reality. And we attempt to give them the ability to join our society if possible. It just so happens that the denizens of these other realities sometimes may not be compatible with our own. In which case, we have a habitation facility as part of our headquarters where they can stay, if they so choose.
Can I do like an insight check to see if she's hiding anything when she says that? When she's like, if they can't join, we put them down like a lame horse. Like in reality. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intuition check. Hard.
That is 16. No, 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell that she seems to be genuine in her not wanting to harm the psychics.
Isaiah. So I'm assuming that cryptids and psychics, these are kind of things that are hidden from most people. Have I come across any debris related to anything like this?
Nope.
Okay.
You've never seen a skinwalker?
Darling, do you have any abilities, instead of giving me money,
Yeah.
I am more interested in having a space to be able to practice as a spiritual lady.
I agree, but for me, more of like use in your laboratory, maybe talk to some of the scientists. I don't really care for the coin, but you know, those devices up to the screens, I would like to study those and maybe tinker on them and see how they draw their energy.
We can take their salary.
No, I would rather just look at the collection.
I'll take their salary.
I don't actually look at money. I just like to look at what you guys have collected.
Well, we'll pay you nonetheless, and you'll have access to our laboratory, and you can use the laboratory as well for any spiritual practices that you want to be pursuing. We have, as part of our laboratory, that practice.
Perfect.
Can
I noticed that the pigeon lady had a card.
Yes.
You know of them.
Yes, of course. These cards, that was a will card that you came across, are our method of channeling Cythera. This is the energy of will. This is the substance that still holds together Memoria.
Do you make them here?
No, because that would be barbaric. The only way to make will cards in our current reality is to perform a sacrifice with the phage. And this is what we've also been hearing the Iverdivers have been doing.
They sacrifice people?
Wow,
Who would
and
do that?
That sounds horrible.
Well, in
Really inhumane.
an attempt to build their own will cards, we do have however, another way to build will cards, and that is through the act of going through a dive in and of itself.
Oh.
I
At the
can't
later
swim very
stages,
well.
this is not a dive in water, so don't worry. This is a dive is what we call the act of going into Memoria and exiting after a successful mission.
Can you swim through Memoria?
Again, I can't swim very well.
He might need swimming lessons.
I would take
That
those.
won't be necessary, although actually, I guess it could. And if you need a tutor, we can issue one to learn how to swim. Now, I would like to mention that about the cars. If you're interested in these cars, the practice in building them is at the end of a dive when the dive is about to complete. As you guys all go on a dive, there is a time limit before the phage fully consumes that reality. The closer to that limit you are when you produce a card, the more effective it is.
How long does it take to produce a card?
It's anywhere, it depends on the complexity of the card. It's anywhere between a minute to 10.
Since you do them on dives often, do you have a book of the best kind of recipes to make a stronger card?
So,
Your Pokemon.
as part of your admission, you all would be issued tethers. And she pulls out of her pocket one of the wristwatches that you saw. These tethers, when you go on a dive, will alter reality. So, they will allow you to keep your memories, your consciousness, and not the body that you inherit. I might also mention that when you go on a dive, you won't exactly be yourselves. However, your brains will be.
Our bodies will be different?
Yes.
What about our muscle memory and things like that? Of like, I know the technique to do a backflip right now. If I'm not given the equipment to
Muscle
do a
memory is
backflip,
in the brain.
so I can.
That will be transmitted fine.
Yeah,
The one thing that we do take over is language. If
早上看中国现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋。
Yeah, Bing chilling to you too.
now
yeah.
Zume is originally from China.
She better like ice cream. That's all.
Now,
If you have terrible eyesight here, do you have terrible eyesight there? I'm thinking about you, kid.
Hopefully not.
your eyesight would change, depending on the body that you inhabit. Now, The tether also gives you an injection, which enhances your abilities. You'll choose your role at the beginning of a dive, what these abilities will be. Part of that is that you will be given, on a dive, some cards. We have a standard set of cards that we reuse, that we give to you. Those we call will cards. Will cards are the ones that take more power to produce. These are finite. We do not have a store of them that you can pick from. But
Any ones we create, we can keep, right?
yes,
The will cards?
the will cards, yes.
Without we don't need and nothing sacrificed that way.
Correct.
It's very safe, much more humane. Sounds great.
Now,
I would think of no other way.
Same.
Insight.
Yeah.
Do you actually do it?
now I'd like to go over very quickly what the standard procedure for a dive is. You all would take a cam unit. He just stepped on the plate. He's fine.
No, I know he's fine. He just might break it.
We're not concerned about the cat. We're concerned
No.
about
I'm sure he's fine.
I'm taking notes.
Yes.
Like
No.
Ash is actually.
Honestly, same, yeah. We're just both in the corner, like, yeah.
I roleplay Ashley, basically.
I remember the important bits.
Yeah.
She points up at the screen. We have an array of stations that detect when a new threshold is starting to go off. This is when a piece of debris from another reality begins to deteriorate. Their cytheric energy is strong enough where our facilities can triangulate its position. We send our Agnauts to their coordinates, and they use the PAM unit to scan the debris. This gives them information that they need to know before they entering the dive. It also gives them their set of objectives. When you're on a dive, certain things need to be accomplished in the memory for it to go well. If none of the objectives are completed, then there's a possibility of you being lost and not being able to escape. Sounds to me like this is what happened to the Emerald Fish.
But it happened in an instant.
You see, when you go on a dive, time and space are inherently different. You...
Was it like when we talked with the orb?
Yes, precisely.
And so does that mean that the ivory divers probably sabotage them within on the dive? That they were
Sounds
there
likely
as
to me.
well?
The part, however, that is unbeknownst to us is how exactly they managed to do this. We've only been able to discover a way to exit Memoria once the dive is complete, once it's been stabilized. But it seems to me like they were able to jump in and out of the memories without having to complete the dive. So it seems to me that they went in there, perhaps harvested something, and made the objectives impossible to complete.
And this was the first time this has happened?
This is the first time that has happened.
Do you think they could have used a card to do this?
It's possible. We'll need to
I
get some
think
more
because
information
you
from
used
friends.
2 cards.
It's also possible.
About 3.
No.
I
Not possible.
I don't believe that one.
Nah.
Alright.
Do you think Pitch took Barnabas to a dive, or would he be more useful to
I would
her?
imagine that bitch took Barnabas to whatever headquarters they have in order to glean whatever information he has about our inner workings.
How desperate are you to get him back?
Barnabas.
Mhm.
I would say quite desperate.
I can help you then.
How?
I think it's in canon that she's just eating.
I know their boss.
This is roleplay.
Give me a moment.
How do you think you can help?
I think I know where their headquarters are.
Where?
Takes another bite.
Excellent banana.
Top notch. Was it the lax? The lax? The lax. The lax.
That does make sense. Where in the rocks?
It's an abandoned, awful-looking, shabby place, honestly.
Alright. She pulls out a piece of paper, holds it,
Be careful, Michelle.
gives you a pen. Can you draw a map to where this mill is?
I can't really read, and so I don't really tend to use any drawing.
I just need you to draw a line.
Yeah, that's way out of my pay grade.
A dot? Sure. Line? No. Too close to letters.
Fine. And she
A
so
line?
funny.
Wait, well,
Just a
have you ever used a map before?
not really. I just know where I'm going.
Okay, fine.
Oh, honey.
How did you enter?
Through the door.
This was the church.
But wasn't she like blindfolded? Or am I making
Well, that's once I went in, I
That's
was
once you-
blindfolded, but that was where I passed like 3 or 4 blocks while those people were following, or 5 blocks actually, and people were following me, and I got off a certain train thing. And I remember like a block before then I kind of just continued, and then at the door.
What I remember is you go to the top side, they took you to the church, right? And then within the church you went like down, and there was like a shady bar.
But I was walking
Son, how do you know
alone.
this?
He's smart.
Intuitive.
I was walking alone though, and that's why when those people were following me, I did my whole I was standing against the doorway, and then they had the door eye slit thing.
So, for your
and
information,
then I went in, and then they blindfolded.
do you say all this information to it?
No, we're talking about a game. Sorry. This is
So in game, what you do know is that you entered for your memory.
Mhm.
You entered through the Fisher Street Chapel.
Mm.
That's just outside the border of the Lax, and then you entered through a tunnel, and it's the first mill that you can see on the skyline. That's how you were directed together.
Mill. See on skyline. Okay. I'd be happy to take you there.
Okay. I'll have to introduce you to one of our investigator teams. You can take them. Alright. Now, I've given you a pretty cursory overview of the information, but do you have any questions at this point for me? And do you have any interest in joining our institution? I do have to say that, unfortunately, due to the nature of the PAM units, all of you will have to be in acceptance in order for your admittance. This will not function.
Well, I think Izzy went to the bathroom, but
Do we get to pick our own division name?
Platinum.
I was thinking Obsidian.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh,
I like that.
I thought, why not Pan apples?
That's our safe word. We gotta keep those separate.
Otherwise, things get out of hand.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
So it's like when you
safe
use like
word.
the same password for everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Oh my god.
Password division. Safe word, password.
Or it can just be the division.
Oh.
Oh, that's also good.
Or you could be the multiplication division.
Oh, that's also good. Yeah.
Obsidian.
Ooh, I like obsidian.
Yep, I came up with it.
That's good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, well,
Alright. So So, are you all in agreement? Would you all like to join the AEF?
I got nothing going on this week. Sure.
Well, no guarantees when we'll call upon you. But what we'll do is I'll have...
He's like,
As long as you get paid.
As long as... so I will have the apprentice, Vinny, come and situate you all with your PAM unit and tethers. You will need to wear your tether at all times. It will flash red if you have an objective waiting for you.
someone's going off on the intercom. So
Yeah.
Is it waterproof? Because my monthly shower is coming up.
Yes, it is water.
Okay.
And the device, when it flashes red, it'll tell you all to reconvene around the PAM unit. The PAM unit has a longer range remote telegraph where we can transmit to you the meeting location. An agent will meet with you all at that location when you are situated in assignment and give you the details of the assignment there. We will not meet again here for quite some time. Now, unless you have specific duties or need to go to the laboratory. Meetings here are typically done
via Zoom.
over television.
Government guidelines.
Meetings here are typically done for things unrelated to the actual missions, per se. So you all should be able to be a little safer. If you were all going in and out of our little headquarters, then that would leave us all and yourselves in a little bit more danger. That is why we have to go ahead and change the entranceway that you all came through, because that has been compromised, and we'll probably have to do the same for all the rest. No.
Will the tea shop be okay?
Oh yeah, they'll stay functional.
Okay. Will she remember if there's something back there?
She is one of our agents.
You're gonna get Men in Black.
I know, that's what I was afraid of. I was like, I like her.
And she'll be brought up back in shot.
Oh, and one more detail about the cars.
Yeah, because didn't she let them go behind the thing? Or is she hurt? Maybe she's the one.
One more thing about the cards. Will cards are the only ones that can exist in our plan. The roll cards can't be taken out of Memoria.
3.
Roll cards only exist within Memoria, and the will cards can go with you when you go on a dive, but they can exist outside of the dive as well. That being said, we are in a infinitely large reality, whereas Memoria, when you go in, that memory is so tight, as it has been at this point almost entirely consumed by the phage, where the density of Cytheria is so much where your card can piggyback off of that. You can have multiple uses. In our reality, however, that's not the case. Once you use a card once, it's gone. So do be aware if you do card crafting, or if you manage to acquire one, that it's a one-time use situation. If you want to use it multiple times, that would be in a dive. Right?
Am I crazy, or did you say that you were going to describe the order of how we do a dive, and then you never did?
Oh, yeah. If we don't complete.
Steps.
Yeah.
I did mention it, but it was, there was a pause. Essentially, the order is you go to the debris, you scan it for the objectives, you go on the dive, you complete the objectives, and then you escape.
What if you complete some but not all?
If you complete some objectives, you can still escape, but it's you don't get as much. Like it's not as stable, and in game mechanics, you don't get as many points. So that get attributed to your level
Oh,
of.
sorry, actually.
And if you make any will cards like midway, it's not going to be as strong.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Now,
Now, by being part of this institution, do you take anything that we earn from each dive for yourselves?
when you stabilize the Memoria, we will send people to go and mine it of Cytherium. That was the other thing I forgot to mention. We don't just look for Psychis. We also look for Cytherium. Cytherium, when electrolyzed, is the substance that you've been seeing in these tubes. And she holds up the watch, and there's the orange tubes that have the bubbling liquid.
And what can you do with that?
This provides us the ability to have obscene amounts of energy. That's how you are able to stay yourselves on a dive. If you didn't have this liquid, if you didn't have this substance on your wrist, you wouldn't be able to be yourself.
Is it the source of the energy, or is it a conduit of energy?
It is a amplifier.
If we see diver divers there with similar things and we took it off of them, would that be helpful? Because that might slow them down if they don't remember who they are. Or is that a bad idea?
That's interesting.
Are you saying on a dive?
Yes, if we encounter them, is
I've
this
not
one
heard
way that
of
we could
library
potentially...
divers being encountered in a dive, due to the nature of how instantaneous a dive is on our own reality.
Mhm.
It's at least theoretically impossible for you to come across anybody else.
But in the memory, didn't you say that they could travel between without?
They can, and that's where my theory.
And they're coming, if
It is
they're
limited.
working with Barnabas, they might have access to the same thing. But maybe they don't need it.
Well, I don't think they're working with Barnabas. I think they just stole it.
No, I know, but if they like force it to do.
Sure.
Well,
So you wouldn't take any of our... Say we were to make cards. They would be ours?
I guessed that. Don't worry. We got you.
okay, we were
She's double checking.
Yeah. She seems very interested in cards. Can I roll an insight check against her?
You may.
You now-
Against me? What,
Against
are
me.
you- is he inciting that I like
Intuition,
cards?
charisma, contested.
But is he... Wait.
If there's
He has
been-
to be
I
more
assume if there's been
specific.
something-
obsession
yeah,
with the
a little
cards.
more
You've mentioned cards a lot.
So-
Unhealthy obsession with cards?
So do you... Yeah, okay.
What would be
But,
the
like,
intuition about
what are
you're
you
trying to
looking
glean
for?
from it?
Because, like, yeah, maybe I'm obsessed with cards, so what?
Are you just trying to determine if she's obsessed with cards?
If she's experienced a card before.
Experience.
If she has past history.
That's
Yeah,
fair,
because
that's
these
fair.
don't seem common, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
You haven't experienced cards, have you? So, 5 minutes ago? Or 20 minutes ago?
So,
Just my flashcards when I'm studying.
contested versus your charisma.
Okay.
You're killing me.
And he didn't recognize me, but recognized me
Yeah.
from
That's a
posters.
natural
Does
20.
that mean that he counts as he recognized? Because then I can use charm.
And what's the move
Yeah.
at?
Yeah.
Because he had said that he recognized me from posters.
Intuition, that's 2.
He said that he's an older guy.
Read
he's
for
been-
me. Read for me the ability.
Household name, if recognized, roll 1d6 plus charisma check for duration of. It says duration of con.
Are you using that?
But I'm trying to use that as a because he knows
So
me.
I'm not having that apply to
Other players.
other players
Okay.
because this is like
That's
essentially
fair.
when you enter conversation with somebody and you all are just kind of like
Together.
together, so they
That's
would all
fair.
recognize you at this point.
Yep, that's fair.
Oh my God, who are you?
So,
Very fair.
so
I
yeah,
hope
that,
you
that
doesn't
applies.
know. Yeah.
Well, they are just constantly.
That applies to
Like,
NPCs
That's
that
fair.
you
Also
haven't
didn't
otherwise.
remember that.
had
Very
conversation
fair.
with.
Makes
Said,
sense.
like,
Yeah,
oh, you
the
came
plus-
across.
So I'm
Yeah.
just
So, I
doing
mean,
a base
that was
charisma.
a choice.
Whatever.
I'm still not going to move it, but
Oof.
Charismatic, right?
Yeah, but I rolled horribly.
You can use a will.
I can. I'm just first trying to calculate who I even am. Okay.
Not is the or LB.
She's a 33% chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to making the mood sliders because it'll literally have a thing where you just slide it and it'll show you exactly what it is, depending on your
These are my favorite.
profile.
What is my will bonus again?
Your will.
You
Oh,
reroll.
so that would be a reroll.
Oh, so it's just a reroll. Okay.
Yeah, if it says bonus, then that's outdated information.
Yeah, it's for my Devilish Charm. I can once per day add my will bonus to my roll without spending will.
Oh.
Yeah, so that does change the ability.
Yeah.
So this is a free reroll.
So just a free reroll once per day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god.
What was it a 1?
It's a 2.
Don't
So
worry.
horrible. Do I have to go with that?
I got 6 to it.
Unless you use a will to reroll. Or your will bonus. Or, your free will, essentially. To reroll.
Okay, add will. Oh, so then that's worse of a thing because before it was add your will bonus, so it would have been always addition, but now it can even be worse.
But that always addition was 1 to, it was anywhere from 1 to 5, right? Whereas the reroll, you can't get much worse than this.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? The roll of the 2.
But basically what I'm saying is that it's more risky now because say I got a mid roll because my roll wasn't even that bad. It's more of I could literally just completely flunk it now. It's more like D&D now, whereas before it was more of you add something to it.
Advantage is an advantage is statistically +5, and so giving actual advantage would be pretty good. So this is more situational because you always are going to have some sort of wacky.
Yeah, obviously. But it's trying to think of how often I then use that because that's worse. Okay. Well, then you're definitely gonna pass that, but I might not be. I'm gonna definitely mark that because that's basically less of an interesting skill now for my Devilish Charm in terms of how that's changed that.
Mark that, and I can try to revisit that ability, and I can try to revisit anybody's abilities. Since this is all fresh, this is part of the.
Because it was when picking the thing, I kind of picked it for that because I thought that was really helpful.
Right.
And it's now totally changed.
So then perhaps it would be more of.
Or maybe it can double your current mood modifier.
Because that doesn't. Because what I'm saying is that doesn't make sense that because I have Devilish Charm, even though I rolled higher
if you have
previously,
a +4,
and that my Devilish Charm would actually make me worse. That doesn't make sense. It's
there are some
literally
abilities that have a chance to go badly, by the way. For instance, there's an ability that I think the aeronaut has, where if you fail, you can re-roll, but it essentially makes it either a really bad failure or really good success.
Oh,
right?
so it's extreme.
So it's an extreme.
But it was written out that way. But yeah. Okay. So I'm sure he got.
That's an ability that just needs to be changed.
Yeah.
That's where that stands.
So I don't know what that means that Mike knows, but I've then failed.
Then he would know that that you have some.
Do you want to know what his role is?
Yeah, mine was a nat 20.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So
he
kinda
knows
wanted to
that
see
you
where
have
this
to
goes.
I was curious.
Just kind of curious where this is gonna
Yeah.
go. So.
It was gonna succeed from the start. If that makes you feel any better.
So I'll have Vinny go ahead and prepare your PAM unit and your tethers. Until then, I guess.
Is PAM PAM or
PAM?
Double N.
PAM?
Oh.
Do we know what it stands for?
Yes. And let me just check my notes to make sure I'm not giving you false information.
I was writing it as PAAM.
Because I was just thinking about PAM for Fallout 4.
Cytheric, agnotic, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
So here, let me just open up my thingy.
Cytheric, automatic, magnetic.
Mechanism.
Did he catch you being shady?
I did. I rolled a
rolled
nat
a nat
20.
That's brutal.
And with the reroll, she has a 2.
I'm freaking blinded. Alright, yeah, it's these site.
I can't reach
Oh,
it.
if you want, actually, you can move the
I got it.
curtain.
You want me to get it?
Or you can do that.
That's all you. Alright, the PAM is called the, it's PAMM, and it stands for Psychiatric Analysis and Memoria Mapper.
So you got 25%.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's the only P word around here.
So,
I would love to have access to the collections and I'd be able to see patterns. I'm very good at finding patterns between things and analyzing. So if I ever get a chance to look at some cryptid or psychid information, that'd be potentially beneficial to you and me.
I'll keep that noted. Thank you. So,
I would also love to see any collections or meet any psychics that have come through.
noted. We'll find time to give you all admission into our habitation.
Yeah.
It's, I'm sure, as you understand, we keep that under a pretty tight lock and key, as there are things that, you know, can go wrong if we don't carefully admit people.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
There's individuals there where their habitat is very precisely refined in order to allow them to survive.
Fascinating.
So, I'll take it up with the department, and if they come back with yes, I'll let you all know.
I do have my resume here in case you need to know any of my credentials of my work that I've done so far, categorizing.
Fallen off of.
It's all written in crayon.
I have like 4 years
Crumpled in a piece of
experience
paper.
of what I've done for the government and get into it.
Yes, I'm aware of your history with
And a cover letter. I keep it on me at all times.
General cover.
It is. I just quickly scribble in
The name.
dear
There's-
AF.
There's no-
yeah.
There's no need for that. That's more whether or not the division, if that department has time and or resources to accommodate.
I understand.
Now, we got you your tethers, we got you your PAM unit, and we'll let you about your day until selling you, I guess. Sound good?
Excited.
Sounds great.
Good means. She gets up, she goes down the hallway, and she disappears for a little bit, and you all are left there in the room. And then she comes back after a moment.
Safe word?
as she's entering the door, you say that. She's,
Fabric's not trying to eat anything, is he?
No, he's just
Oh,
using
he's
the
at a
cork.
cork.
That's
Okay.
adorable.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying to eat something.
Make a pancake.
What was it?
He so hates human
It was
food,
like
it's hilarious. He
pineapple
just
or
wants to play.
something.
No, we changed it. I think you might be an imposter. Turn out your podcast is their card on you.
Some apple.
Closer. Closer.
Pam apple.
Yep, okay, you're definitely you. You didn't get anything else.
point of a scene. Great.
Clearly she's never used one before.
She, this is Vinny. And Vinny just kind of, hi y'all. I'm Vincent Vaughn. Most people call me Vinny.
Call me Vince Vaughn.
Are you sure not Vince?
You should really sound like Vince Vaughn when you do.
Yeah, wait a minute.
And I'm the apprentice engineer for the PAM units and anything related to agnostical.
Yeah. Sorry about what happened to your mentor, but
Yeah, it's a shame. But I am. I'll be able to take care of your basic needs for now, at least until he comes back. And at this point, I'll describe a little bit more of what he looks like. He's a gangly young man with glasses, and and he has slicked back black hair. You notice that as he was walking up, he has a slight limp, and he's got a cane. And white shirt, black suspenders, and he smells of bleach.
We do have trust issues, so can we just see your pockets real quick?
My pockets?
Yeah, can you just take out everything in your pockets real
Darling,
quick?
that's not the only place you can put a gun.
Okay.
So Barnabas,
Also, it's
his
rude
arm
to
was
ask
kind of
people
fucked up,
what's
right?
in their
Yeah.
pocket.
I'll look at
Yeah, but you want another
Vince and be
month?
like, is this a dangerous? Is this like underwater welding where everyone ends up with an injury at some point? 'Cause-
Well,
Yeah, I heard the yes.
I would say that working with such new technology is
Is my leg
it
still
can be quite
bleeding?
dangerous.
Oh yeah, do you have like a
That's all
doctor
the
something?
track.
Yeah,
I've been looking at the blood and it's a little confusing.
Oh yeah, yes, we have a medical facility that we can get you admitted to.
Jesus Christ, do your body not have platelets? Are you anemic? How are you still bleeding?
Because your picks on her scabs. That's why.
Yeah, true.
And now, could I have while you go get that's taken care of, I can take care of your the PAM units.
And if there's anything that might make it more safer, considering we're all pretty new and maybe, inexperienced, we're gonna get hurt. So if you have I don't know.
I don't mean to intrude, but
Band-Aids.
you said more safer. That's not correct grammar. It's more safe.
I knew you were gonna say something.
Well, you see,
As soon as I said it, I was like, shit.
anything that we give you see, there's no guarantee that it will actually get into the dive with you. When you go on a dive.
Maybe some knowledge about how to bandage a leg real well, or something that we
How to move a bookcase.
kind of move a bookcase
Properly.
there.
How did you know about that?
That was in his nat 20. He saw your entire thing.
Well, we could give you some first aid training.
That would be
I quickly look at you and I'm
wonderful.
like,
You have a suspicious bookcase. Keys hanging from your head.
A tattoo that says, I got mauled by a bookcase.
My bookcase was here. Okay, so we'll give you some basic first aid training. When you go onto a mission, it's possible for you to bring in some supplies with you, but it's not guaranteed.
I would also like for you to show me a little bit about the PAM unit and the tethers, how they work, how they operate. Maybe how to repair them if need be.
Sure.
Oh yeah, this kid is a genius.
Oh.
Knows so much about
My
all
name's-
this
You
tech.
must be.
You've
You're
known
so
him for
young.
10 minutes.
I know, I'm trying to get him a job. I support the youth.
That's where the unit.
Did your parents agree to this?
No. But they don't know where I am.
Oh. Well.
oh wait, that's true. The other one said that she had contact.
Oh shit!
Whoa! No! Oh shit! I gotta go. I swear.
That's true. You're perfect in time with you.
I'm running. I am going to class.
Wait. And so I do say that though because I also feel bad.
Yeah.
Remember when I was trying to think?
It's so
Your parents don't know.
funny.
Your school doesn't know. They think you're missing.
Professor! Oh! I'm sorry. I run.
And Jume calls after you. Wait!
What?
Where are you going?
Well, you, not you, said that you would contact my professor to tell them that I wouldn't be coming to class because I was supposed to go to class, but I didn't
Oh,
go to
you're
class because I
schooling.
came here instead.
You're schooling.
This was
Yes.
supposed to be extra credit.
This was an extra credit opportunity for me, and I took it because I thought it would be worth replacing my class, but it wasn't you.
We have people who can handle this, but I think you should probably go and explain to your professor.
I start running.
Actually feels like a stress dream I've had.
and
Same.
you get stopped by Vinny. He kind of looked after you and he grabbed your hand and he said, "Just wait a moment. I need to give you your tether first." And he kind of limps and runs back to the
The
laboratory.
situation's not gonna change in 10
And,
minutes, hon.
And as he
You're
comes
just
back
as
to
fucked.
it, he kind of turns around and he goes back to the door. I need your orb.
What is he allowed to say to his teachers about this?
And
Hold on. How do we know that you? You gave it.
what is he allowed to say? So
What
as
can he
Vinny
say
goes
to
back
them?
into the laboratory,
I wanna make sure that he
Jume
can say the right thing.
mentions, "You are all not allowed to mention the AEF."
Oops. Oh shit. yeah. We haven't. Have we done? We haven't. No. Yeah. Who am I gonna talk to? My friends are dead or right
You
here.
have to understand that this is
Oh,
a very
Oliver,
top secret
fuck.
production.
Then what am I supposed to say to my professor?
And Oliver.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
You can make up
Oliver trusts
but
me.
we do
No,
have any
because there's
context.
one. No, no, not Oliver.
Darling,
Won't let
you
him.
need
He's not
to
his
tell
friend.
him something
Just
that makes
carefully
sense
crafted
because
proof.
I do not want him to be
It's
punished
the lion.
for something that
Family.
was really not our fault.
Oh no, we did
Who's
not.
your professor? Who's your class teacher?
No, that's in the PowerPoint. You can't go.
I said physics,
Except
so
for
I
lady.
was gonna say it, but
Physics.
yeah, I
C.
was like, I'm gonna say twits to everybody.
I'm gonna say
I
that it was
see.
Professor Carlos,
Oh
But,
no.
which was the
Carlos?
guy
Gonna be a
that you had
detective.
orange juice
Oh,
with.
that's
Oh,
great.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I also kind of find it funny that the first Jume was trying to find the button on the elevator, and Elvie's like, "Oh, it's right here."
Oh shit! Ah, fucking hell!
so true. And that's
We've-
whatever.
Every fucking
And when
time.
she
This is the
noticed
second
you?
time we've had trust issues because of someone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, because
Oh my
why
God.
she noticed you? Was
I
it?
thought she noticed me for other reasons.
Oh,
So
same.
what
I
did
thought
also
she was
notice me,
attracted
or
to
did she
you.
notice me?
Yeah,
I
but
forget.
why would
But you were less of a
No, you
surprise to her.
What?
Oh.
So how do you know pitch?
Do you know why I you know fish? Well, shit. I think we got some backstory
son
things.
of a pitch. Man.
Yeah, we all have secret
Well, I
things
did
in our
keep calling her
backstories
bitch,
too.
so-
Yeah, all of our backstories are secret.
Yeah. His kids definitely didn't die.
Physics department.
I'm afraid we don't know him as a contact. However,
But I saw someone here. He had a insignia of the school. Maybe he knows.
yes, he probably knows Professor Carlos. We can tell him to
Smooth
make an
things over.
excuse.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I don't know precisely what you should say, but
Maybe
they'll
before
make sure
running
to
to
take care of
them.
it.
Maybe before running to them.
Did I get the name? Sorry, did I get the name of the guy, the other history professor?
You did not, actually.
But
We have contact.
perhaps you could give him some sort
Do you
of
know the name
note
of the history
so
professor?
that he's not going in blindly. And then he'll be forced to tell about this organization. So you need to provide something.
Do you know the name of your contact? That is the history professor at the school.
The
of
history
Agriculture?
professor in particular? Yes, that is Professor Farnsworth.
Farnsworth.
Why are you laughing?
Because I totally just stole that from Futurama.
We won't tell them.
Now, we'll get him to write up a. I believe they have a seal here, an approval for your absence.
Oh, then you're in no rush.
Well, still,
Fine.
we should
Well,
get,
you can go to class, right?
Yeah, it should theoretically still.
Once
be
you're
in
late, you're
possession.
late.
Now, at this point,
That's what a B student says.
I was an A minus student. Thank you very much.
Vinny comes back and he hurries over and he offers the pan unit. Who would like to be responsible for the pan
Me.
unit?
Me.
Is that kind of-
Very much me.
I will.
Very
that
much
brain?
me. Very
I
much me.
smiled a
Is that like
dashing
what?
smile.
I am
Is that
very
brain?
good
Is that
with
like
this
what
kind of
my
thing.
thing is?
Yeah, brain is your role.
You put like, isn't that supposed to be meant for like operating the PAM unit? Or
And also,
something?
I'm very
That's the roll you take on the
agile.
dive.
So if someone
Okay,
comes
maybe.
at me, I can duck
Darling,
and
So-
cover.
I
Izzy,
would
maybe-
love
maybe
to
you
take
should-
food charge.
I do
I'm sorry,
a cartwheel
I'm gonna
and
need you all
grab
to
it.
decide between yourselves.
Cartwheel and grab it.
We've worked with the AEF prior. We'll take it.
Trust me, I know how. I've seen these in action more. I feel like, and I'm very agile.
There seems to be some.
I would
he kind
just,
of looks
I would just
nervously
like to
at
learn
Jume.
how to operate it.
Jume just kind of shrugs.
I'm very
Whatever you guys decide, I'm hearing multiple words. What do you know?
I don't care. I just want to know how to like fix it if it gets broken.
Yeah.
I just think that if she has it, she can like get away from things. Like because she's very.
We have the most experience
And
with it.
Darling.
What's your interest with the cards, by the way?
They are very cool things that obviously made someone able to disappear.
Why do you hate bookshelves?
Sorry.
Yeah, that I can't. I don't know how to get past that one.
I can show you my safety training certificate.
No offense,
I'm
darling.
very safe.
No offense, darling, but you seem a little all over the place.
That's it. I do.
That's it.
That's it. I cartwheel.
Alright,
That's
alright.
it.
I cartwheel
no
jump off. Cartwheel jump off the wall. Do a backflip over and grab the orb gem.
Make a hard athletics check.
Roll for that shit.
Grab the or no, we're
Can
trying to
this
get.
count as parkour?
We're trying
This
to get the
is-
Pam.
this
So
counts as
I get to do it with
Or-
an advantage.
Wait, but we're
Yeah.
trying to get the Pam.
The
not
PAM
the
is
orb.
what you want. Right there.
Fine, sorry, I mean the Pam. I mean the
It's
Pam.
a big ass
Okay,
backpack.
okay.
Yeah, I want the back. I'm gonna go for the backpack by doing really obscure flips, and I get advantage.
Oh my god.
That is a fuck you. Fuck you! Not fuck me! That's a nat 20!
Woo!
And a 14. So that's a nat 20.
Nice.
In athletics, it is a +3. And then
What's your
What's your mood?
that's the thing I have to check. Hold on. 2 from the bottom. I do need to be happy, so that's my. But no. Oh, a -1. So nat 20 plus 3. So that's just
22.
+2. So 22.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
And let me know if you're impressed by my skill, my trick.
as he's looking away,
Okay.
Because that is an aspiration, and I did just do a cartwheel off of a wall jump into a.
Hey, I'm impressed.
I'm never impressed. I
And
can't.
I grab it.
I
very-
can't.
I
can't.
have a
and I
lot
stop.
Don't do that.
I land, and I just.
So I'm
He's
thinking about
completely stunned,
recruiting
he's
you,
like-
but I already have a lot of women that do a lot of things, so I'm not necessarily impressed. But
I'm checking off. I got one in breath.
and then he hands you all each individually one of the tethers. Keep this on you at all times, and remember, you'll see a flashing red light
And that's my
when
respect.
it calls for you all to reconvene. You'll all need to.
Are they like the slapsticks where they're like, and you're like, hit them on your shoulder?
That's what I envisioned. I was like,
Oh, that's what you did.
Yeah.
So it's like when you go to a bar and they like stick it on you and you can never get it off because it's like that paper one. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
got,
yeah, I hate
it's
those.
got a thing where
Oh, yeah.
it's got like
Those
a
are
latching
buttons.
mechanism. So essentially, you put it on, and then there's a
God
latch
does
where you
put
kind of
some
go shunk,
bars, so they don't
and
sit
you
before
can
the table.
adjust that position. But it's meant to be able to be easily taken off if you need to. So kind of.
I haven't been to
Okay.
water
That's
for
what
a long
happened.
time.
Now,
sorry, I missed what you said.
no worries. It's just the way that it's put on. It's
Okay.
like with a like if this is the band, there's like a thing on the top where you can unleash it, and then it
Gotcha.
kind of does that. But
You should too.
yeah. So it starts out loose, and then you kind of crank it tight, essentially with that. Now, you all will need to decide a position that you meet when the light turns red. And
mouth.
does one of you know? Does one of you know Morse code?
Do I?
What?
I feel like I would because I can decipher languages, and I would.
Would I know it because of the fact that I can't? There's a lot of other ways I can't communicate. So
I don't think you'd ever be in a situation where you would learn
Okay.
Morse
I
code.
was
Would I
like
know it?
in
'Cause
a
I'm a nerd.
thieving,
I would say that
thieving
it's
gang, and I read a lot of books, and I can decipher languages.
You're in a thieving.
I would say
was.
plausible, pretty much guaranteed, yes. Yeah. So, remember that you'll need to decipher the message that is transmitted over to the PAM units once you have all reconvened. That will tell you the location of the assignment meeting. Right. Their liaison will give you the directions for your mission. So, that's it. Get back to your class, and it's a pleasure to meet you all.
How will I meet Vince again for him to teach me how to fix stuff? Would I come back here?
Well, you would have to come back here.
But didn't they say that we generally don't
Yeah, that's what I was,
come
Yeah.
back
would it be
here?
better idea for me
I
to
For
think you
missions.
meant the mission control area.
for missions? So it'd be okay if I come back, or should I stay for him to teach me now and then for me to go to
Wait, so
class?
if it flashes
So-
where do we go?
Yes.
To the PAM unit.
However, there's the part of the changing, like
You have to come
the
find
way
me
that you guys
in.
entered is not going to
Let
be
me
a
know.
thing anymore.
I love
So
how
should
you
I-
knew that everyone has
so
to
should I
come to Izzy
stay
has it
later
surely to have
for him to
friends.
teach me now?
Just
Would
need a
that
center
would that
point.
make more sense?
That's what she fears.
Well, I would
Oh
say
my God, you can't do this
you could ask that
No, we have a mission.
Jume, and Jume
Oh,
responds by saying,
I get it, actually. We can play board games now.
I understand that this is
The more space is
it's
for
currently
games.
hard for you to enter the facility. However, I can't give you any reliable way of getting here right now. That being said, when we do, we will perform the standard procedure we do whenever we change up the way to enter, and that is we'll leave a note on your windowsill if you have one. Otherwise, it'll be your door frame. Now, I am going to need your address for this. You hand the address. She writes it down in her notebook. When you receive a note from us, it will be ciphered. You'll need to decipher it.
That's fine.
I trust you're smart enough.
That's fine.
Alright. This bids goodbye. I'll see you. Well, next I see you, I guess. Good luck on your next mission.
It was nice to meet you.
Very well.
It's nice to meet you too.
Sorry, go ahead.
They both walk away, and you have before you the airlock system to exit.
I look at you all and go, well, since it seems like we're gonna be working together, maybe, I don't want to ask a kid to go out for a drink, so maybe, do we want to meet tomorrow for brunch?
We know a really good
I know a
tavern.
good sandwich place.
You know,
Yeah,
has really good
sandwich
fries.
place.
Yeah.
We have really good fries.
Oh, you are all welcome to come to the cabaret, and
No, that's
and we can go to the back, and it doesn't have to be any performance or anything. But there's
What performance? What?
Yeah.
It's a theater.
Ah.
It's theater, sweetie, but we could see
Like Shakespeare.
we need to talk.
Cute. It feels like it might be beneficial to know more about each other before we have each other's lives
Yeah.
in our hands.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a lot of friends already, but I think I can make room for a few more.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm very popular.
Flattered. Yeah. Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
It's always fine to have more passengers as long as I'm getting paid, which
And
I am.
Friends. we worked on this word, you know.
And customers, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you
Okay,
guys are all
fine.
beside the grated room, and you hear outside of the glass as you're talking about getting a brunch at some point. You just hear through the glass. May I join?
It's Gilly!
Yeah.
Yes! Gilly, of course you can!
Darling, you're welcome to the cabaret anytime. I'll tell you the directions. And for him, I draw a line.
I thought you were just stuck back there.
The entry too?
Well,
that's so
he's
sweet.
like through the glass, so like he opens up the door for you guys
Oh.
to exit, and you're kind of like showing him. The
Yeah, I'm showing
directions.
him, and I'm like, this way.
He's drawing it.
But
So
brunch
the
tomorrow.
Raucous Ruby Cabaret tomorrow at 12. Yes.
Yes. Come anytime. I'll be there, and you can always ask for Clarissa. She'll tell you. She'll tell you where I am.
Gilly, did you hear what happened?
What?
We were with an imposter.
Imposter.
Yeah.
Among Us.
Jume was not.
No, she vented. She vented way too fast.
Wow, back in 2020 immediately. That brings flashback. She was real sus.
So Jume was an imposter.
Yeah.
How did she get past the security clearance?
Well, you see, our instruments tell us if there's someone who's not part of our facility, but those don't apply for when there's new recruits.
Can I do an
That's why
inside
we
check to
have
see if
the-
he's being weird and like dodgy about his role?
Feeling's weird. Just let it.
Yeah, let it be.
Go ahead and
Nah.
make a roll.
I can't.
He's a super imposter.
I don't trust anyone now.
I reckon that's why she targeted you all, because
Sorry, is that intuition?
you're all new
Or perception?
recruits, and she knew that it would get past
Intuition,
your senses.
Sorry, that's intuition, not perception. Right?
Yeah.
Intuition. Alrighty.
He is the embodiment of the village,
Let's see
actually.
what I'm gonna figure out where. Oh, 1 from the middle. So that means I'm +1 plus 4. So that is a 15.
15.
Yas.
You can tell that he is just naturally weird.
Great.
Awesome. Gilly, our safe word is Pam Apples.
Yeah. You are now in a secret club that knows that. We
Don't
trust
worry,
you.
My mind's like a steel trap. I remember that.
I don't know what that means, but alright.
We trust you, Gilly.
Well, I'll see you all
Says the
tomorrow
person who
at 12.
just did it.
Well, now I do. Didn't before.
Oh, you're just
You all
weird.
have a
Yeah.
nice day.
Now I
and now, since you have your tethers, I can see my sensors were picked up just fine, so that would be good next time. Alright, bye-bye. They open up the door.
Bye, Gilly. See you tomorrow. I fucking love Gilly. Mama.
Bye-bye.
Doors open, and you see the same, lobby as before.
Oh, we get tea on the way out.
At this point, there's actually more guards, and they're kind of centered. They're at the center, and they're all discussing what's going on. And
Just
the
imagine
person at the
them all
desk
being like this.
looks back at you all. Hi!
Who is this?
This was the lady at the desk who
The
let
tea
you all
lady?
through in the first place.
Miss Pickett?
No. that
No.
was-
You guys aren't out in the surface yet. There's the desk before the graded room.
Oh, gotcha.
How did it all go?
Darling, if you guys know that everyone walking through when they're new recruits that the sensors don't work, why did you people let in random hooligans? What?
There was an imposter situation. Pitch was here.
That little bitch got in.
Pitch got in?
Yes.
Oh, I guess we'll have to revamp our security then.
Yeah.
We've never been attacked like this before. Oh, shit.
I suggest a
Inside
safe
check.
word.
Sorry?
I suggest a
Don't
safe
tell
word.
the safe word to
I'm not.
everyone.
I'm just saying such an A safe
Oh.
word.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Train your like all the guards with the safe word.
Yeah.
Kinky or not kinky.
Yeah, probably something better than that. But, I
It's
mean,
the safe word to stop.
yeah. I presume that we'll have some meetings very
Man.
shortly.
So many meetings.
Well, nonetheless, you all enjoy the rest of your
Can I do an
days until
insight
we
if
see you
she's
again.
like actually just always this chipper, or if she's trying to hide the fact that she might be friends with Pitch?
Do a hard insight check, please. Intuition.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling like terribly today. Intuition.
Yeah, my 2 rolls. I rolled a 1 and a 20.
Jeez Louise.
So. So 13?
13?
So yeah, I'm not gonna do well.
No, it's just a normal failure. So,
Okay.
unreadable. But, well, I assume that you all need to.
What's your name, darling?
My name?
Hmm.
My name is.
My name is
Chicken, chicken.
I don't trust her. Give her her own name.
We're gonna say.
Anne? I like Anne.
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 Her name's Anne.
Woo! Anne.
Her name's
She's
Anne.
She's shady, huh?
And shady.
Anne Pritchett.
And
It's not Pickett. It's Pritchett.
no, it's Pickett.
No, I know that's not. That's a different lady. That's what I mean.
I see.
Yeah. You have Miss Pickett, and then you have Mrs. Pritchett.
Well, I'll call along a one of the tubes for you. Where would you like to be deposited? Where you entered?
There's other destinations.
Yes.
Which one's the closest to the school?
Oh, we have
Like
one that
this?
goes directly to the school.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
Good college.
Let him go first.
It'll deposit you right underneath the we're gonna call it the Griffin dormitory. Yep. And
That's what we call it.
and
The Gryffindor Matori?
Say that.
and there's a desk there, and behind in the storage closet, that's where you'll be deposited.
Perfect.
Do you want to get deposited by that thing?
What?
Oh wait, no, we need to get paid.
Can
She-
you take me to
You want
the
to get a car?
recreational district?
Miles
Near
out
the-
in a field of debris.
Let's get a car.
It is
Okay,
literally
you'll
just
have to.
debris.
So you're all not going.
We just-
Let's get a
you're all
car.
not going with us.
Great. Let's get a car.
I mean, we can.
No, we don't need to fly.
Well, that's
Cars
fine.
don't
You'll just have
exist.
to wait for me to call
What
it
the fuck is
next.
a car?
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
I do
Okay,
need
he needs to go now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Automobile.
she just
Auto.
Okay.
That vampire made a car?
and she presses a button.
And before
Yeah,
he
sorry.
goes, I quickly give him a little, like one of my bracelets that has like a symbol for my cabaret that like also has an additional thing of me, and I give it to him so that he
Yeah,
can
it's
always
very big on
come, so that he can always like come
It was
by and show it to like someone or Clarissa,
I bought that with my
and
own money.
because he is obviously very young,
You
so they
bought
might
all
also be
your
like,
shit.
what on earth are you doing here? So I want him to have a token.
I know what I'm doing.
Great. After a little bit of time, you see at the tube ahead, the little glass door goes up, and
Interesting.
your chariot.
Go inside.
You go inside. You close the door,
Wave
press
at
the button,
everyone.
wave,
Good luck.
and
What a quirky kid.
I like him. He reminds me of me when I was a
I'll
kid.
call the next one for you, dear. She
I'll go with
pulls the
that.
levers.
Kids that
You're going
bad.
with Alice. Great.
LV will go.
The next one
Finally
comes by.
remember your name.
You all enter the tube. Head out just fine. And the two of you,
I kind of want to go see the show.
airstrip.
I want to go back to the airstrip.
All
You
right.
can come with us.
Well, I don't give a shit about the airship. I'm going with you guys.
All right. So then you end up going with
I don't
them.
give a shit about the thing that almost kills me. Let's
Come on, we're going to the show. Come on.
Yeah, come on, come on.
airship's not going anywhere.
Yeah!
Alright,
Come
I know
on!
you've been there
Yes.
before.
In that tube. Nice.
Yay! All the adults go to the show while the kid goes to school.
Oh, you come by and all the ladies are like, oh yeah, I know that guy. He's a regular. It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Kid's dead as hell.
So.
He's always talking about his dead kids.
That gets the women, doesn't it?
So, you end up getting deposited in the
The
storage
storage
cabinet.
Yes.
As you leave,
It gets smaller and smaller.
as you leave, yeah, the storage box.
Yeah.
You leave, and the person at the front desk just completely ignores you. And does like it's basically as if he was acting like you were a ghost, right?
I still wave.
You still wave, and he just kind of does that.
Huh?
Walk.
And you end up walking over to your classes. It's in the middle of class as your professor gives you a little curt nod.
Heart is
This is a stress relief.
Carlos
Oh, it
does not
is.
give you a like any verbal recognition, but the rest of the class kind of gives you a little like look as you find your seat.
Just don't stumble.
Hugh,
It's
come
loud
up to the
noise.
front of class, please.
At this point, it's like halfway through the class, and
You missed
and
half
all
of
the
your
desks in
final
the front
exam.
where you normally sit
Yes.
have been taken up, so you have to sit in the back.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh no.
And this
The throwing hands.
Yeah, Professor Carlos continues going away at the chalkboard and making his entire lecture.
How late is he? Is it like
Half-
half hour?
Halfway through.
Halfway through. So this would have been a 3-hour lecture.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're an hour and a half late. And he continues on through the lecture. You take what notes you can. It's clear that you missed some part of it. Could you please make an intuition check, hard, to determine whether or not
Did you
can
read before class?
Oh.
Did you do
like
the
to
whole
determine whether or
five
not you
things
can
ahead.
Yeah.
decipher what was previously being
Since
said?
I'm
essentially.
one of my skills is studying, do I have advantage?
I would say that this is directly related to your studies. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Since I have a skill in nerd.
Is 17 enough?
17 for a hard check is enough for a moderate success.
I'll take it. I won't use it well.
So you're able to pretty well fill in the gaps by the end of class, and as the lecture ended, there were some people that were drooling over their papers and all that, but everyone gets up and filters out, and as you're picking up your notes to go, Professor Carlos just says, Hugh,
Yes, Professor?
could you stay for me, please?
Yeah.
You hear the sweat.
And he waits at his desk as you pick up your papers and come out to the front. And he says, "So, where were you? I saw you at the transit center today, about ready to go to class."
Yeah, that's funny. So before I got to class and before I got onto the train, I saw Professor Farnsworth. I saw Professor Farnsworth, and he actually told me about this an extra credit opportunity for one of my classes, and so he told me that he would contact you. He would write you some sort of letter. I'm sure it just hasn't gone to you yet, but yeah, I followed him, and he told me we were just gonna go and look at some old stuff.
Dear God. I thought my
That was
weakness
awesome.
is not a good liar.
I see. So I expect to. I'll ask Farnsworth about this.
Baby boy. This is my nightmare. Why did you make yourself a student? This is stressful.
Take myself and go lead.
Just right around the corner into the hall, and
Oh my God.
and that was the
That is
rest of your
anxiety
classes for that day.
Okay.
That's it?
And yeah, so but you did pretty well in the study, so you're not behind. That being said, off to the Raucous Ruby.
Woo! Woo! And by the way, we have 20 minutes left, so hopefully we can figure out how we all are talking together and whatnot, and set us up for maybe the next time or something.
Yeah. I agree. So, could you describe what happens when you go to the Raucous Ruby?
So I take them through, not through the front entrance. I kind of gesture, hey, come on, and you probably already come with me multiple
And
times.
you two are,
here.
by the way,
Yeah.
how do you react to the sight of this giant cavern with, huge pillars, and at the center of it all is a dome filled with flittering lights that essentially cast sunlight upon the entire place underground?
I'm enthralled. I'm writing about this shit right away.
Oh, you've never been underground?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
Or at least to this district.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Never been here before?
Oh.
No, my work usually involves me up. But it's very, very pretty, right?
Wait,
I prefer the real sunlight, but this is nice. I'm not used to it.
Have you ever been down in this district?
I don't think so.
Inside check.
Please do.
I'm pretty sure we've seen you down here.
we've
That's right. I must have drank way too much of that.
What is it? Intuition
Oh.
still? That's a 17 plus 1. 18.
18.
The twang is
I've,
getting more and
I've
more
strolled down
intense.
here drunk a few times, probably.
That's where you got
We just
to,
nod.
you wouldn't-
We know.
Now, as for moods after this whole shebang, your mood went down at least 2 from that encounter, I think, with the professor. For the rest of you, I would say your mood would have went up between 1 or 2. You can decide on the lighting, on how you reacted.
Oh, she's very excited about that. This is a new cultural experience for her, and so new cultural experience.
You can decide within a range of 3 how your mood is affected by that encounter.
It's basically anywhere.
And your mood, I would say, we already had you go down based off that card incident, right?
Yes, and so one thing I would say is that now that if we're talking about mood as right now, I'm pretty happy that I'm back safe to my like cabaret, and I'm also excited that I have a potential to get back at pitch, and because she obviously also screwed me over, and now has also messed with this opportunity.
So go up between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Did you get patched up too? Like,
do you think you would have your mood would have changed at all from any of the events that have happened?
I think the combination of the nice locale, the ship being fixed, and receiving a salary, I think I'd be pretty happy.
Okay,
Say
so
like
1 to 2. Yeah. Now,
I moved up too.
you moved up 2?
I moved
I
up
went
to
from
this
down
one.
there to up here. Woo! She's a happy girl.
I'm now pure
Look at
neutral.
salary. I'm pretty
Pure
happy.
neutral.
Oh, I was like, I thought that was the lower part, and I was very concerned.
Now, so you brought them through the back entrance?
Yeah, so I brought them through the back entrance, and I don't know if that same guy that had, like, brought me to the, that, like, carriage thing was there, but again, you guys would notice that my attitude switches a bit and becomes much colder, and it seems odd that I would become that way based on the fact that for most people it's like, oh, this is your business and like you're probably happier because it's like people that work for you and whatnot, but I actually get much more like stone-faced, and I kind of assume my typical roles with everyone, so I'm just like, whatever his name is, hello George, open the door for us please.
So you're saying that this was the person who was at the carriage?
Well, this was, like, I don't know if it's the same guy. I had imagined it was, like, kind of almost like a butler, but I don't know. I don't know how it works.
This is just the carriage guy. No one that you like verbally abused.
Open the door for us.
And he's not here.
So I'm
wondering where
hallucinating.
you're going with this.
So I'm hallucinating.
Darling, are you having schizophrenia?
But
I just shake my head. I'm just like,
Long day.
I need a drink.
The lock
the person who you talked to was just a denizen of the cabaret who had been
Oh, we
going
haven't
there
even
for a nice
entered. I was
meal
gonna
and
say to
everything.
open the door to the back. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, so it was just a dude hanging out in the back alley.
No, that's fair. Ask him, hey, open the door for us. That's
Yeah,
fair.
so-
Yeah, it's your club. Like,
Make a,
make it work for you.
Yeah, make a athletics check. Please.
Athletics?
Yeah, normal.
Why?
For
Wait,
what?
what? What am I doing?
Intimidation.
Intimidation?
Really, that would be charisma. I
Wait,
guess.
isn't that charisma convince? Or deceive or perform or charm? Any of those things?
To intimidate, I
I'm
have
not
that
trying to
under
intimidate.
athletics.
Well,
But you're
What?
being kind of harsh.
Okay, intimidate
I
isn't
can
even.
accept charisma.
Wait. Intimidate isn't even under athletics.
yeah,
to be
but
honest.
he means
It's
like
not
you're
under
being,
either.
like how in D&D
You can kind
or
of.
like in Fun, I have it either charisma or strength.
But in
I remember
charisma,
us talking
there's
about
literally
that too, of
convince.
like
I'm
how
convincing
Snood
him
would
to
have
open the
different
door.
intimidation
That's fine.
tactics than like
Use
range.
Because
Yes.
yeah, there's like two ways
Snooze
to
would be
intimidate.
based on
Either be
strength.
like I'm
Yeah,
big and
whereas mine
scary,
would be
right?
off of
Or
the
in this case, it's more like I'm very
glowing
posh.
Yeah.
Do what I want.
just the meat.
That is fair.
Hot is fat.
21.
Snoop. 21.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like he was back there smoking
Yes.
a cigarette, and he's just kind of sure, my lady.
There she be better? Like, would you lose that body mark?
No, not at this point. No.
How do you even get better?
If she gets patched up?
By seeking medical attention.
But did she did seek medical attention, I thought.
We left.
Well, you guys.
Oh,
left.
did we not?
Yeah, we left.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah.
But so as you go through, you're going through the back entrance where people are, other performers are bustling back and forth. They're getting dressed, etc. And you're in the back rooms.
Could
I take them to my office.
I hide? Like, I'll wear my watch, but I'll try to hide it. Like,
Underneath like the cuff.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like a normal person's watch. So just.
They're used to people with wealth here.
No, but I mean, like, it has like weird orange juice.
Oh.
So, I don't want people to see that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Portable orange juice? Damn.
Yeah. So you pull it back, and you're able to. It's slim enough where you're able to put it under your.
Yeah.
And I can just put it under all my jewelry. It's fine, whatever. But I wasn't even worried about it. I take them to my normal office, which has a little coffee table and other chairs so that we can all sit comfortably. And I go to my desk and just check on if there's any notes left for me by Clarissa, or if how the performance with Wendy went, or any of that stuff. I look for.
No notes on the desk. Okay. And which is typically a good thing.
Yeah.
You. I would say at this point, if we want to step forward a bit, summarize what happened that night.
Well, I would be like, hey, if you want to see a performance, this is when the next showing is at. If you want to have dinner, we can have dinner beforehand and see the show, and then I could give them potentially lodging in the area if they needed it. I don't know, or we could even go to your place too.
Oh, we have apartments.
I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with me. I'm gonna drink till I get blackout drunk.
You just pass out on one of the benches while watching a performance.
Sure, yeah.
I know what to do with him. I've seen this before.
I'm gonna be like, is this the trauma response? Is he okay?
I don't really know.
Oh.
He's been my assistant for a couple of years now. I know she's a bad liar, but she's gonna stick with it. Yeah, he drinks to forget.
Oh.
And when you get back home, Alexi asks you how your classes went, and
I tell him everything.
And you just cry.
You tell him everything?
I tell him everything.
Including the AEF?
Stuff we're not supposed to tell people.
Good to know.
And we made a password.
It was a combination of that. Or what was it? Pineapple and Pam.
Yeah.
Alexi seems disturbed by the news, and he gives you
I don't
one
trust
warning
him.
before leaving, and that is just to be careful.
Yes.
I feel like that's the same one that everyone's given, specifically the small child.
He seems disturbed, but he seems like there's an internal battle going on.
Oh.
I would also like to have some vindication for the person who stole my seat in class. I want to invent a whoopee cushion.
Alright.
He heard me insert the orb. That's funny.
So I would say that there would be 5 attempts that would be required to invent the whoopee cushion,
Yeah.
as opposed to the 10 for the backpack. That being said, what I was going to say is now surmise what happens in the next week.
Whoa.
In the next
Oh.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'd love to actually have a scene maybe next session where we all sit down and introduce ourselves to each other.
If you want, we can say we jump to
Can we get
the dinner.
welding equipment because the house
Yeah.
The brunch. The brunch.
Yeah.
Completely.
And maybe since we've got 8 minutes, could we do that next time and then spend some time getting to know each other and everything?
That way we can ask actual questions,
Sure.
so we
That
can then
idea.
talk, pretending we've already done that, and then for a week what we would have.
And then in the week, I would definitely, this was gonna come up in brunch, but I would be wanting to try and go with you when you guys wanted to get the pitch and everything.
Got you.
But-
Now if you mention that, I would be fine with you coming, but I would be curious as to why.
Yeah, and I would I'd go through that.
Okay.
at brunch.
So okay.
And what happened when you and the team, which it was essentially cold-faced agents, 3 of them that you directed that just kind of showed up on your doorstep one day, and they presented you the credentials and even gave you the passkey, Panapples, and they
Everyone knows that.
I love that.
and they gave you all, or you gave them the direction through.
I would
Wait,
probably
no.
try
No.
and push to go.
Yeah,
like,
wait,
Go to the
before.
wax beforehand.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I also specifically wasn't going to give them directions. I said only I would take them
You know,
there.
she wants to like
Yeah,
lead.
yeah. I
I
know.
want to lead them.
You
Oh,
were
okay.
to direct them.
As in like you're
You're
You're going.
Oh,
you're
I'm
the
going.
director.
Oh, I see. I thought I was going to direct them, like, go left, go
No, no,
right,
no.
go. Okay.
But you're
the guide.
you are their Sherpa. So
And that happens at the end of
did
the
you
week?
guys want to go there before that? Before you had them with you?
I would ask, but I don't know how chill you would be with that.
Well, I feel so. Part of me is confused because if we haven't had the brunch yet, I guess I still
Yeah.
don't know
What you know.
Yeah.
what you know. So my decision would depend on that because I obviously wouldn't want to go alone there because I don't know what you can do. But like, I would be in danger if I went there alone again. Like they would hurt me unless I brought someone. They would think I'm bringing you as a victim unless whatever you're. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Can we
fun.
decide after brunch? Is that okay? Or are you using
Sure.
this to like plan stuff?
Well, I was going to mention what ends up happening when you guys go there. Because, spoiler alert, not much happens.
Oh.
You guys go there and the place is emptied out.
Oh. So I guess that's probably good to say before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you spend a bunch of time on it.
Yeah.
But if you guys went there beforehand, it's up to you. But I would have you guys do some rolls in terms of you guys being two women alone in Lax, going to this location.
I mean,
With
if y'all want to come, we could decide over brunch.
I'm down for adventure, so
Yeah.
happy to.
Over the week,
And
I
I can
would
use some
like to
good-
go back
I can use
to
some
the
good muscle.
HQ
What kind of adventure?
to have
Profit
Vince teach
adventure
me
or
about
No.
you don't want to go to
the
the
tether and
box?
the
I want the
How
box
to
too.
ride.
There's a little side
Other
quest.
than like what would be mentioned at the brunch, I wouldn't have
Bonding.
much
Hashtag
incentive
team
to go back to
bonding.
Pitch's place without
Alcohol's
backup
involved.
because
Sure.
I would know that it's dangerous. Like I was
Right.
barely able to like
Yeah.
do that on my own, even with random who like
I'm
people
okay with a
following
little
me.
bit of danger. Pow pow.
Agreed.
Ow.
Yeah.
So, as for what you were saying, I would say, did you pretty much spend the entire week working with them?
I would have liked to spend basically all my free time learning about the tether, the PAM, and also how to. Basically, I was thinking about a steam-powered jetpack, but now there's this weird different energy source. How maybe I can convert that to make it even better jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
So those three things, mostly the PAM stuff and the tether, because that's like going to be relevant for our safety. So I want that first, but then like any free time, I want to talk about the jetpack.
And after our brunch, I would hide myself in a room and try to commune. And I would go into full, like, I would try to bring my spirits up. I would be drinking a bit more because I want to be happy.
Yep.
And I would be trying. And I would be trying to do all my spiritual voodoo nonsense.
And by the way, in this time, your airship would have been fixed.
Bitchin'.
Yep.
So you're just
And-
cruising around.
And I guess we could.
Joyride.
And, yeah.
We'll see
So-
what he wants to do.
Under your skills, add basic PAM unit repair.
Awesome.
That's cool. And my goal, by the way, is that on the dives, I have come up with more ideas for cars, and I can use this time for next session to think of what my first cars I would try to make would be.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been really trying to think about, like, what to do.
Now, after a week.
Well,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
you didn't ask us.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you guys
We've got a list.
So, if you'll have it, we want to go investigate that box.
Box.
Maybe it was a one-off thing, but we're sticking to
I
it.
will mention that essentially after, like, the repairs took the entire week,
Oh,
right?
we'll
Like-
go back for it.
You,
Do they have like ground transportation that we could take?
not reliable, and they don't invest in it
Yeah.
because there's no infrastructure for it. Now,
Then I
that being said, if you guys wanted to do that before the week was up, right? It would essentially be on like the last day that you could do it.
But you also didn't know that you only had a week.
Correct.
So yeah, what would your characters do?
Would you do it like the moment that the airship is fixed?
Yeah, we'll just turn back around. They're gonna have to come to us.
Yeah.
So it's really making
Well,
their
actually,
lives hard.
There was a power trip right there. Oh my god.
I didn't think about it when I took
There
the thing.
yeah.
But now I'm like, ooh. So like,
Welcome
it
to
could just make it,
Welcome.
it could just make it a more exciting adventure for them.
How,
we'd probably turn around and come
Yeah,
back.
we'll come back.
We'd come back.
How competitive is the scrapping scene?
You're gonna speed it up?
Well, if it's
Yeah.
competitive, we need
That's-
to get there.
In
No, that's
Tangria,
true.
your
Is there
your
another one we can
district
borrow?
where you're at, in the there's a little bit of competition. There's like some people that do scrapping, but it's honestly not for a lot of people. They are being paid by the government to do specific missions, essentially, right? And they don't end up spending much time doing the scrapping, right? There's one or two dedicated scrappers, but that's pretty much all you know of in that category. However, you do know that there are pirates that roam around.
Oh yeah. Are there airships that we could like rent or borrow or steal?
I mean, you could ask.
you guys are the pirates.
There's not a rental service. You would have to ask another
Do you have connections?
another aeronaut, essentially,
If
to
we
see
wanted
if
to
they
do it
if
before
you use
the
their
week.
Yeah,
ship.
if we want to do it before the week.
I do want to say I didn't skip school. I just use like the tube
Well,
at the
then
school.
we'll
Yes, yes.
Whatever we find in the box.
Or whatever we
And
make
Carlos
for
has
the
been
first
keeping a close eye on you.
Oh yeah.
You
Whatever
noticed.
we make for the first dive. Sorry, I'm just.
He did
Yeah,
get
but
the
then we
slip.
have to do that
Permission.
I'm listening.
I'm just saying.
No, no,
if we
You don't
do
know
it
precisely
now,
what the
we're
slip
probably
said.
gonna forget
Yeah.
about it. and we'll
No,
find
I
out how
agree.
to
I
do
agree.
And I'll
Yeah.
find Farmsport.
I also want to try to learn basic.
what's his
first
name?
aid.
Farnsworth?
They can do both.
And I'll thank you.
Because you're gonna be.
I was
That's
doing
it.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really.
He said,
Maybe we can see if there's a way to speed up the repairs too.
he says you're welcome and such, and just expresses
Then we can do the last
again,
day.
just like remember to keep your mouth shut about all this.
We'll go
Yep,
investigate it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll investigate the piece of scrap on the last day.
In the week, though, before we do that, I would like to invest my time into learning basic first aid.
Basic first aid. Okay, so
Or, like, whatever they would teach me about how to protect ourselves, first aid,
sure.
like, safety
That was
training.
another thing I was going to mention. You guys were each given a new entrance to the AEF that is in your respective districts.
Oh, that's cool.
And I probably,
Oh, can I go back there and then heal my leg?
Yeah, you could have received treatment. That's fine. So you can remove your weapon.
Outside of like trying to go see Pitch, I'd also like to be going back, kind of similar as Hugh, and trying to meet with like some of the psych kids and stuff like that.
Sure. The psych kids, that's going to happen after the week.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I
if-
probably would have asked a couple times if I could go see the collection, even though I probably didn't.
They
work.
would have said, still pending.
Yeah, I would ask multiple times.
So if she wanted to see Pitch, and I'm not like Alice wouldn't be honestly very comfortable going there because she would know that even though she wants to go and like mess with her, and obviously she wouldn't know that she's not there, she knows it's gonna be very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And so unless something changes at the brunch that would make her decision different, I would say that she would be happy and willing to give you the directions to go there, but she would not
And
advise it. She doesn't
I'm
want
gonna
you
send
to
all
be
of her on a vacation.
But like, if for some reason the info
week,
you have
and
is
I'll
nice
oversee
or
repairs.
long lost
Nice.
daughter or something, like, I don't know. I don't know
Oliver
what your
is
plans are.
very
then,
grateful, and
Yeah.
he's also,
so like,
but
if anything like that,
at
then
the
I
same
might
time,
be just like,
he
yeah,
was
you
kind
can
of
go.
refusing at first because he wanted to like help with the
But I would be
repairs.
happy to give you the directions.
Wait,
I
the
just,
repairs
like,
gonna take longer because we don't
I
have
wouldn't
all of
be
it?
like,
Well,
yeah,
he
move
was-
your
he
deal.
was-
Yeah.
It was kind of like, oh, they're touching my baby type thing, So he was kind of like it took some convincing for him to take some time off.
Awesome. He's gonna be like the Joker. of our Normandy.
Oh yeah. I was like Joe Crado. Oh yeah.
But that being said, after the week, you guys will have received a signal.
And 250 drop.
And I guess where would we be? I guess
500.
at that point.
Or, well,
But
Because
500 is
Bye-bye.
bi-weekly, that's why I said 250.
we'll we'll have to figure out where we are.
You'll have to figure out where you are at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah.
And do I have any skills in first aid?
So I would say that they were able to open up the. They were able to open up the new tubes at around halfway in the week.
New tube?
The new tubes, like the
In your district.
Oh.
over to the AEF.
Oh.
So that'd be enough for you to get similar to you a basic medical attention, right? So basic first aid.
I feel like we're just gonna need that.
Yeah.
Just call me a shitty cleric.
So at the start of next session, we will do the brunch with Gilly,
You gotta check out the orange juice.
and you'll get more orange juice and all that, and we'll essentially jump immediately into your guys' first dive.
And figure out what happened with the boss.
I feel like my Apple Watch kind of matches
We're not
it.
losing
We've got the
spots.
orange
Oh.
juice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's our thing.
Yeah, we need to make money. I want to have that be back.
Thanks for running, Isaiah.
Yeah, this is
Of
great.
course. My pleasure.
Thank you everybody for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Guys.
Thanks
And
for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, I
thank
figured if I was
Not
gonna
lunch.
ask people to come earlier,
Yeah.
there has to be something. I realized I didn't offer you any.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and-
coffee.
If anyone wants one of the cookies, the dirty cookies.
Did you not wash them?
No.